All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound okay, hit that number 1, please. And if you can hear me and if I sound all right, hit that number 1. Trucking, JJ, Hoover, Brett, Kyle, Pulse. Perfect, okay. All right, well, very quickly, for those of you that watch us in the archive, first off, thank you very much. But second, if you want to ensure that you have something to continue to watch in the archive moving forward, then the best way to make that happen is to help support the stream. This is totally viewer supported, and you can support the stream and save yourself some money by using code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend. I really love Take Profit Trader. But wherever you're at in your journey, whatever you're looking to accomplish, maybe you're using multiple prop firms. Like I said, any of these prop firms, if you use them, and like I said, you enjoy the stream and want to help support it, save yourself some money. Code CLAY, all caps, will allow that to happen. I do really appreciate your consideration, and thank those of you that have used code CLAY. It really does help out, and it truly makes a difference. So thank you very much. Ooh, I don't know if I like that red dot there. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, well, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, April 16th. The year is 2026, and a whirlwind morning for me. I don't know if you noticed, but usually I have kind of like the scheduled thing where you can see that I'll be going live at a certain time. Usually I have that up a good hour and a half ahead of time. Today, just totally forgot about it. A million things going on, and I got it up like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. So I was like, hopefully I didn't just destroy the amount. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm treats any of that, so I'm a little nervous that hopefully I didn't mess things up. But yeah, it's been a weird morning, and one where the vast majority of what you see on the screen right here came from a single trade where I know sometimes it seems like the market is out to get us, but in this situation, it's okay. And now we have good action here going on all of a sudden. Whoops. Okay, let me table that thought. Maybe a short here. We are right at the 200 period moving average. And now it comes back down. Okay. Anyway, so just very quickly, like I said, the vast majority of what you see, I had an order sitting here on VWAP, and I don't know if any of you, maybe you're watching the chart, but I still don't know quite what happened. All I know is I had the order out there. I turned my head for, and I kid you not, maybe a second, and I looked back, and I was filled, and the price was like all the way back down here. So I had to make like 30, 35 points, and as far as I can tell, like a second, because I turned back, I saw the price down there, I saw the blue line up there, which if you know TraderVate, you know the blue line means you've been filled. And I just went over here. I kind of froze up like, what's going on? Okay, fine. And I came over here and I just clicked that button right there, which took me out of the trade. And then boom, a whole. So yeah. But other than that, it's like I said, it's just been a weird morning for me. Just all sorts of stuff going on. But that was one of those things where, it was like the market understood. The market was compassionate. Hey, Clay, we know you're having kind of a weird morning. But here, let us just give you a quick little gift. I was like, okay, thank you. So yes, remember the market is not always out. No, nothing is out to get you or not get you. I'm well aware the market did not decide to just give me. No, it's just, I'm just saying it can feel that way at times, but that is kind of just a quick little summary of my day. Couldn't really get anything going, but hopefully your days are going maybe a little more solid than mine. But on that note, how are all your days actually going so far? Green, red, terrible. Best day ever, worst day ever. Blue an account, pass an account. In the year of our, in the year of our good Lord, I could start to introduce it that way. Random hero, good morning. It's been a weird morning for everyone, but I get a 1 point. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see if we can maybe get a rejection here short off of the 200 period moving average. Green for Hoover, green for, yeah. Did you? I know Hoover had a very good morning, so much so that he violated a rule, but one of those rules that doesn't blow up the account. All right. Like I said, thinking about a short up here. Red, bad. Sorry to hear that, Pam. And then for the rest of you, I guess you just didn't feel like answering the question. Thought we were going to finally have some red for the day, then it popped right back up. That is true. That is true. It was bearish, and it was going pretty well. I mean, it made sense, and then even here was pretty rough. Like, okay, let's resume the trend. No, just kidding. Going back up. So 5 minute here. We have an interesting level approaching. Pink line right there, 200 period, simple moving average. So if it can get up there, maybe kind of sort of some sort of short. We'll have to see. Or do I just take the short right here while we're on the 2 minute, 200 period, simple moving average? That is the question right now. Caught them long for $15 today, baby. Yeah, Doe. I don't know whether... Doe, you are kind of a mystery right now. I don't know if you're being serious, if you're just a total troll. I cannot quite tell. So I guess if you're going for a man of mystery, you have accomplished that. All right, we are approaching that 200 period simple moving average. On the 5 minute. We'll see if we can reject. Oil is having a good day today. I am interested, and I will take a swing at it down here at VWAP. In fact, let me throw out the order right here. Try to get long here at VWAP on the breakout. See if we can get some back tests and go. I mean, it has been. So we had lows down here, a low, low. Maybe this can be the newest low. So we'll come down here and do something like that. That's what I'm potentially thinking. But going long up here for me, a little too scary. I like it more so on the pullback. But hindsight will be the judge on if that's a good decision or not. Brian, one green, one red. So with your RVRs, I'm assuming you're green on the day still? Net knob, 0. 0, does that mean no trade so far? All right, never mind on that, it's looking like. I realize this is looking pretty interesting on the 2 minute, but remember on that 5 minute, it is right below that 200 period simple moving average. So just keep that in mind. Overall green, good job. Again, here is the 5 minute. Pink line, 200 period moving average, which before, I mean, there was quite a track record here of it being pretty stubborn. Will it continue to be stubborn, though? That is the question. Up 1K, down 1K, now up over 1. Oh, wow. So, Todd, yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting it. You're having a bouncy day. Okay, maybe I get filled down there. Let's see. Looking to get long at the green line. See if it wants to pull back just a bit more. Just tap it in. Give a little tap, tap, tap. Go down right there. Or do I? I'm looking over at the volume profile too. This might be the more better, if that's a proper English language, the more better area. But I'm going to leave it right there. Who knows? Maybe it'll bounce right off VWAP, and then I'll be sitting here saying, man, did I overthink that one? Oil looking good over on the 5 minute. Some nice lower shadows there. What's gold looking like right now? Ooh, gold. Oh, wow. Huh? Whoa. I have not even really watched gold. Oh, gold has had some movements, huh? Okay, yeah. Gold has certainly cooked some accounts today. Wow. Did anybody here get cooked on gold? I mean, no judgments. That is some very cookable action over there. Oh my. I'd look at it, but I'm trying to see if I could fill it over here. I don't know. Maybe some of you crushed it on gold today. But yeah, gold seems like one of those situations where you either crushed it or got crushed. You're looking to get long here at the green line. If it wants to come down. But as of now, it's kind of just putzing around up around here. Who's whistling? Is that you, Faye? Okay. We got birds in the house. They're distracting me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that one out again. Well, that makes me feel better. At least this didn't come down here and bounce right off VWAP where I was trying to get long. Because my original entry point still would not have worked anyways. So the classic example there of broad statements are not good enough. Because, yeah, I thought it would pull back and bounce. Look, it did. It pulled back and bounced. But that's just a broad statement, right? Those are just words. When I had to actually put some numbers behind my words, specifically the entry point number, yeah, well, I got that part of the thing wrong. Think about how much money we'd all make if trading was literally just like broad statements. All right, I think it's going to pull back and go. Oh, look, it pulled back and went. I made money. Man, it'd be so nice if it were that easy. Why do you have to get the nuance right? Why do you have to like pick right entry points and pick right stop losses? Okay, I'm actually worried now. Can somebody just say anything in the chat? The chat has been silent for the past like 2 or 3 minutes, which is making me think that is the chat not even working. Maybe, no, I guess there it goes. Okay, well, I mean, I'll put it this way. There is no way we're going to make it to the 4 hours if the chat is going to stay like that stagnant. Because that's going to be way too boring. What did I just miss? Did it really just... This had to have happened in the blink of an eye, right? What just happened there? I could have sworn that okay, in my mind, the last I remember it was like it was like up here. That was a crazy wick. Okay. Well, and so that's what happened to me earlier on this trade that I mentioned. I had the order just sitting at VWAP. It like spiked, filled me, and then instantly put... Dang, so that would have actually been not as good of one. I guess I should have left it out there. But yes, I realize you guys are in trades and stuff, but that was eerily quiet. And like I said, one of the reasons that makes this fun and makes going 4 hours, possible is because usually people are like, we're chatting it up, we're joking around. There's like, the chat is at least a little active. So yeah. But holy smokes, it went quiet, and it went quiet for like multiple minutes. Dare I say, I'd almost rather have a troll than have it go that quiet. I don't know if I take it that far though. Morning, Johnny. Jim, we need to have a talk, Jim. I think you might be a little burnt out, Jim. That just put me green. Let's see if it can bounce nice. How many trades am I in today? I am in 0 trades right now. No, like I said, I'm not willing to go as far as saying I think I'd still rather have a silent chat box than trolls. I think. All right, maybe... Throw another... Okay, there we go. Just in case there's another spike. If it wants to spike and fill me and then snap back up, that'd be great. Yeah, I didn't see the movement, just like I didn't see this one. But as I was explaining to people earlier, this here came essentially, not all of it, but the majority of it came from one trade where I just had an order sitting out here. And I looked away and I looked back and I saw that I was filled, and then the price was like 30 points lower down here. It was, like I said, it was crazy. Hey, machismo. You got filled on that spike? Nice job. Like I said, it's still the 5 minute that's got me weirded out. I'm sorry, the 200 period moving average on the 5 minute that's got me a little weirded out. But this is looking like potentially an interesting long, right up around a break of this area. In fact, let me just get that. Does it correspond to anything over here? Not really. Okay. So this is more so just a nearer term area. But yeah, right around that area. Could that be an interesting breakout point? Possibly. Sing to it. No, I don't think it only works for my own positions. I think you have to sing to your own positions. That entry coincides with a uptrend line on the 2 minute. Oh, this one right here, I'm assuming. If I connect these dots, is that what you're getting at? Yeah, you must be looking at something different because I did have an order right here. Or are you talking about a breakout? Maybe you're talking about a breakout trend line. Do you like price or volume indicators? Well, I like price because price is ultimately, I mean, volume is helpful too. I like both, really, right? That's why I call them the king indicators. King indicators are price and volume. The best price indicator I like, though, are candlesticks. Because candlesticks, first off, are telling you what the price is doing, and then they tell you several different dynamics about the price itself. So my favorite indicator are candlesticks. But yeah, I don't accept the premise of price or volume. I think that's a false dilemma. I like both because both are important, right? You could have massive volume on something, and then if you look, like AT&T stock, I'm just like, AT&T has like hundreds of millions of dollars every day. But then like if AT&T stock moves like 7 cents, people are like, oh, massive breakout. So it's got volume, price, action, bleh. Or you could look at a penny stock and be like, oh my goodness, that thing's up 8,000% on the day. But then you look at volume and it's like, oh, okay. There's like a grand total of $7,000. So that's where it's both. Hey, Matthew. All right, we are at the breakout area. Again, it's the 5 minute. For those that have not been here, why does this guy keep talking about the 5 minute? Because on the 5 minute, we have this pink line right overhead, which is the very famous 200 period simple moving average. Does not mean it will be an area of resistance, but it is plausible that it could be an area of resistance. So if anything, I'm thinking maybe a fake breakout of this area, maybe. Booklet getting eluded into oblivion is one of my favorite hobbies. I mean, then you will love Pennyland. But dilution is healthy. Didn't you know that? You know. By the way, did I see that AMC stock eventually went below $1? I thought it was supposed to go to $100,000 a share. Maybe there was a just typo of multiple zeros and they meant $1 a share. Maybe that's what it was. Just typos. People kept having a typo with those 6 extra zeros. Okay, we are through the 200 period on the 5 minute. Well, for any of you that weren't too worried about the 200 period and you bought that breakout right there that I mapped out, congrats. Congrats. You chose wisely. Not enough diamond hands. Good old AMC. It really does show how short of memories people have. Because some of the people out there that I remember were like the biggest pumpers of this $100,000 price target. They're still around. I mean, it's just like, dude, Again, people have short memories. That's crazy. AMC was $700. No, it just looks like it was $700 because there's been reverse split since. But AMC has never actually been $700. There is one stock. I can't remember what it was, but we had somebody show up and pump it. I'm thinking about a double top up here. In fact, I will take a swing at it up here short at that red line. Last time I was up here right here, it got rejected down. I can't remember what it was, though, but somebody brought up a stock. They were pumping it. So I don't remember why, but I looked into it. And, like, because it had done who knows how many reverse splits. Like, past history, it showed the share prices one time being, like, I don't remember. It was like $500,000 per share. So that's always where you can kind of see who the newer people are. Where they're like, oh, man, this stock used to be $48,000 per share, and now it's down at $1. It's like, no, that's reverse splits. Reverse splits. The change in the PDT rule is irrelevant because the problem with that is it's still stocks, and it's still options, and they're still theta. And stocks are just garbage compared to futures. In the way that they move, in the capital required, in the ability to create good ROI, stocks just don't move as good. And there's just no way around it. And this is one of my one regrets of trading over almost 20 years now is I've had people tell me about futures for years and years and years. And because I'm a stubborn donkey, I was like, no, I'm going to stick with stocks and options. And then a couple years ago when I finally did go into futures, I'm like, man, yeah. I understand now why they're saying, Clay, you should just do futures. They're better. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they are definitely better. So, yeah, I mean, irrelevant. I'm happy kind of, I guess, from a business side of things. Maybe that'll get more people involved in day trading, and then hopefully the algorithm spits out this live stream, and then they can show up, and I can encourage them with some numbers and math of why them being focused on day trading stocks does not make any mathematical sense. So from a business standpoint, yeah, I'm certainly excited about it. But from like a practicality standpoint, yeah, it doesn't really do anything because it's still for stocks. And compared to futures, stocks are garbage. When you reverse split that. Yeah. No, the chart does not account for it. Okay, here we go. Maybe a short here. Maybe a short. Oh, don't. All right, at this point, because it's putzing around. So let's just see how it actually behaves at that area. So still potentially interested in a short around here, but I'm going to now want to wait for some confirmation. Okay, the difference is this. With futures, you need way less money, therefore way less risk, and then you have an opportunity to make way more money. Like, it sounds like a scam, but futures through a prop firm, like the math, it'll come across as a scam. But that's the difference. You will need, for futures, you need way less money, therefore you have less risk, yet you have the opportunity at more upside. That is the difference. And the math bears that out in spades. Now remember, I'm making a very specific claim. My claim is to day trade futures through a prop firm. Not just day trade futures, because that's super sketchy, super risky, especially for a beginner, because boy, futures can move. But futures through a prop firm, like the math, you cannot make the math to have it make sense. Yes, you can trade futures. Okay, you must have asked that before I just made that talking point. Yes, you can. But as somebody that is fairly new to trading, that would be suicide. How much do I make a month? Enough to make all this worth my time. Enough to feed my kids and keep the lights on. Oh, no. More like 20 bucks. All right, maybe a short here. Again, watching to see if it wants to bump its head on this level and start to come back down. Okay, yeah, that's close enough. All right. We'll try a short at the red line if it wants to come back down. My stop will be up there. But I'm only getting short if it wants to come back down to that red line. If this thing's going to keep breaking out, if it goes above that green line, then this trade plan will be invalidated. So again, if the price goes above that green line, I got to go back to the drawing board. And all right, back to the drawing board I go. Looking like this is a legit breakout. So, all right. Next potential area of interest for a short up here at the overnight high. And that also is the high of the day, which is that white line there. Gold running. Running what direction? Oh, yeah, gold. Yeah, gold's been wild today. Like, wild to the point where I think I do trade gold, but that's a little too spooky for me. I don't think I have enough experience with gold to handle days like today where it can just open up like that and just cook you. My investing is in gambling. My investing is in gambling. Well, no. Those are two, like, you just tried to claim to be like a married bachelor. Investing and gambling are definitely two different things. Like, I please, and when I say gambling, I'm thinking of like a slot machine. Playing a slot machine versus like investing in, I don't know, Coca-Cola. Those are two separate things. So yeah, to me that statement does not make sense. My investing is in gambling. No. Any advice on how to keep losses small and let winners run? I've been getting more consistent practice, but what I'm... Well, that's just tilt, right? Okay. I'm not going to just blindly short right there. Again, momentous. I want you to listen carefully. Then we agree, right? Can you extrapolate that? I don't consider blackjack gambling. I don't consider poker gambling. Why? Because you can gain an edge. There's a reason why you've heard of professional poker players. There's a reason why card counting in blackjack is like no go. But one thing you have never heard of is a professional slot machine player. So when I hear gambling, that is how I classify gambling, like playing the slot machine. So it sounds like we classify investing as the same thing, where you can gain an edge. There we go. Yes, we are aligned. What prop firm do I like best? I like Take Profit Trader at the top of the screen. I think they are the best one in the biz. I'm a professional lottery player. There you go. That's true. Well, if you're smart, you only have to be a professional lottery player once, and then you can technically become a full-time lottery winner. Well, you didn't say winner, though. You said player, so yeah. I am interested. I was going to say I'm interested in buying at the yellow line, the breakout point, but we are still very far away from our 21 EMA. So even though we are getting did it reject directly off that area? It did. Well, stupid me for wanting for confirmation, not just shorting right there. Oh, well. Yeah, definitely for a beginner, because Take Profit has a very, very clean set of rules. There's no consistency rule. There's no scaling rule. There's no scalping rule. You just have a target, and you have, the amount you're not allowed to lose. So for the beginner that's just stepping into the arena of prop firms, I think there's no better place to start for a beginner than with Take Profit Trader. They're very clean, forward set of rules. This does not mean that other prop firms are bad, but again, under the pretenses of a beginner stepping into a rule, like a prop firm that's got a rule book as thick as the dictionary. Some of you probably don't even know what a dictionary, like, what's a book? I was going to say the phone book, but I know definitely some of you have no idea what I mean by a phone book. No, there's no fee. That's one of the other things. There are no more fees after you pass, so you get through the test phase, and then all fees go away. So you can keep your risk very, very ideal. Vegas Matt is a professional slot machine player. Right. I would argue something needs to be sustainable in order to be a professional at it. Right? Just because you won the lottery doesn't mean you're going to be able to be a professional lottery player where you like are consistently or sustainably being able to live off the income from that. So yes, yeah, whoever that dude is, I assure you, he is not going to be like a full-time slot machine professional slot machine player. Because you cannot gain an edge in a slot machine. Well, Clay, technically you could hack it and then... Okay, yes, that's true. That's true. But broadly speaking, for you dents that don't understand general speaking, yes, you're not... The lottery or the slot machine is not going to be a way to go about it. But there's always that one guy that I know was typing furiously. Clay, I'm a hacker, and I could hack the lottery man. Okay. Now I'm not talking about you, right? All right, with the return back up, maybe I'll take a swing at it short here and just throw my stop above the highs. And if it wants to reject, great. If okay, I'm glad I hesitated. This is like 60 up to, okay, wow, we're at about a 35 point. I know. Within the past few weeks, these sorts of candles would be worth like 80 points. We're not in that environment anymore. So yes, I am now considering quote unquote big to be defined as like 30, 40 points. I know, like I said, to reiterate, I realized that 2 weeks ago, for me to call 40 points big would be like, that doesn't make any sense. But markets are always dynamic. We are now in an environment where the definitions always change in trading. And one of those words that always changes is big, right? 3 weeks ago, that is 80 points. So 80 points you'd call big. But right now we're at like 30-point moves are big. AMS, it's very straightforward. If you just go to the website, it's very straightforward. I'm not sure what explanation you're looking for. Like that is the point of beginners. Very straightforward. Here's how much you can make, or here's how much you need to make to pass. Don't lose this amount. Again, there's no consistency rule, there's no scaling rule, there's no scalping rule. Nothing like that. Very straightforward. Right. So what? Okay. So whoever this Vegas, like he's doing what I preach. So I like the guy. He has multiple streams of income. I assure you, if his only stream of income was from slot machines, he would not be able to sustain himself. You can't be like, oh man, he's a full-time slot machine player, and then list off like 40 other income streams. Again, I like the guy. I am on team multiple streams of income. But don't tell me that somebody with 40 streams of income and one of those being a slot machine is like, oh, see, he can make slot machine. He does it. Hey, Deadeye Dave. All right. Now that it's chilled out a little bit, I might try a short here. This is mainly based on the 5-minute, although, as the past couple of days have taught us, the 5-minute can get green, and we can get lots and lots and lots of green candles in a row. So this, yeah. There you go, Slowmaro, exactly. Pepon, well, why do you use the 1-minute time frame? I promise I'm answering your question by asking you this question. Why do you use the 1-minute time frame? In fact, I'll try to answer it for you. Is this a fair answer? Am I representing your answer fairly? Would you say, Pepon, well, Clay, I use the 1 minute because it best helps me to implement my strategy. Is that a fair representation of how you would answer that, Pepon? I use the 1 minute because it best helps me implement my strategy. Is that a fair representation, Pepon? You love to take, or you just love? Like, cousin, you're... Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, well, I would give the same answer to you. I use the 2-minute because it best helps me implement my strategy. There you go. That's why. Hey, crypto. You were missing your short. Yeah, I kind of did. You're right, Mary. I kind of did. Now I'm debating in my mind, do I want to try to go long at the yellow line? Hey, Maggie. Hey, Nero. Good morning. It's still, I don't know. The battle in my mind right now is this. Is the 21 EMA close enough to that yellow line there? Is it close enough to consider this not, and I'm not quite sure it is. Hey, Ronnie, good morning. I will try another short up here, by the way. Or not another short. I will try 2 short up here. So looking for a short at the red line. This is mainly based on the 5-minute. I mean, these 2 candles here, nice upper shadows. If it comes up here again, I don't think I'm crazy to think another upper shadow could show up. Upper shadows are representing sellers. So as of now, there seems to be sellers up here. Are they still up there? Nobody knows that. That's why we need a stop loss. But I don't think I'm crazy to believe that there could still be sellers up here when we have a recent track record of there being sellers. But to reiterate, that does not mean the sellers are still there, because that would imply guarantees. Those don't exist, which is why I got that stop loss up there. Sketchy. What's sketchy? Hey, Cam, good morning. Gold with a little bit of a pullback after that bigger move up. Hey, good morning, Ask It Guy. Okay, here we go. Maybe. The red line turns blue, I'm in. Hey, good morning, Loud. Maybe, kind of, sort of. I am in. See if it wants to get rejected back down. I'll take out the little scalpy scalp there. Got a little too aggressive. Should have waited. Not that I necessarily needed to get 1-to-1, but I need to get a little bit closer than what I was there. But I'll take it. Of course, will the sellers come back in and stay in the million? Right, exactly. And nobody has the answer to that. Anybody that tells you that they have the answer to that is lying to you. Mary, don't think I forgot about you. I'm still waiting for, you said something was sketchy. What was sketchy? That is my favorite, by the way, when people just give like one-word things. Sketchy, long, short. Green. Banana. They're so mysterious. Why? I just made money shorting, Mary. Why? Huh? Oil down, sell. Okay, Mary, maybe this might be better. How about you just tell us a trade plan? How would you make money? Fair enough. You said shorting here is sketchy. Cool. Now you're saying oil's down. Okay. So I appreciate all these observations, but let's try to take these observations now and let's see how you would take these observations and make them applicable. So can you give us a trade plan, Mary? 3 numbers, entry, stop, and target? Again, fair point. You have made several observations. Cool. Maximizing your strategy. Okay. Again, those are just words. So could you tell us how you would maximize your strategy? And you can do that best by giving us 3 numbers. Again, I do agree. We should all maximize our strategies. So we're in agreement there. But what I'm now asking you, no, it's instant for me. Okay, so you can only use words. Gotcha. Gotcha. Interesting how that works. Oh, and now you're resorting to gaslighting. I'm chill. I don't know why you tell. I'm just trying to understand better. I'm the adult in the room right now. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. It's crazy. Okay, yes. We should always just win, right? Well, I mean, you will eventually get timed out for sure, yeah. I mean, if you're going to run your mouth and say things are sketchy, and then when I ask for more detail, say maximize your strategy, and then I ask, well, what does that mean? And then you just deny to ever assign numbers, then at that point, you're just a lip flapper. And lip flappers got to go. But, I mean, like I said, I do agree. Oil's down. I agree with that observation. I agree that you said you want to maximize your strategy. Again, agreed. But, like, those don't act, like, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Like, numbers mean stuff, though. So look at that. Look at the Joker. Look at Joker. Not many words, but those 3 key numbers. What was my profit target on that last trade? Well, like I mentioned, I was going for close to 1-to-1, and I didn't even get that. So, yeah, that was kind of a bad trade. Hey, Robo. No. Oh, Pinko. Oh, Pinko. That's. I mean, in a sick and twisted way, I kind of like reading that because it makes me feel better when it's happened to me. I'm like, okay, at least I'm not alone, right? One of the concept of misery loves company, but like setting that just self-entitled attitude of my aside, that's sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. Never fun. Hi, Clyde. It's Sly Dog. Who's Sly Dog? Wait, we are at all-time highs? I don't know. Are we? All right, I'm once again interested in a potential short up around the dotted brown line here, which is a pivot point. I guess, yeah, I don't know. It might be one of those days here. So that's what we have to do. We have to identify what's the, like, wait, it can't be that easy. For those of you that were here on yesterday's live stream, it can't be that easy was, remember, you just buy the 21 EMA. You wait for the price to pull back with big red, buy the 21 EMA, there you go. TPT is goated. Yeah, no, Take Rob Trader is great. They are great. Very straightforward, very easy to understand. Like I said, I don't have anything against other prop firms. I'm just saying, especially for the category of beginner, I'm on team. Let's get people interested in prop firms, and a great way to scare people away from prop firms are to throw them into somebody that's got all these rules. Because we've had numerous people show up. Prop firms are a scam. They got all these rules. And it's like, well, wait a second. I don't know what prop firm you're talking about, but I can understand a beginner thinking prop firms are a scam if that beginner heads off in the direction of one of these with a bunch of rules. Now, after that person becomes experienced, understands, they would probably look at that prop firm and it may be a better fit for them. But like, agreed. That is one of Take Profit Trader's strong suits. It's just the very clean, clear, forward set of rules. You're waiting for that easy 21. Yeah, I'm also waiting for it. I don't know if we'll get it or when we'll get it or... Nah, it's not. It's only tough for people that want home runs. If you're one of those people that are like home runner, if you're one of those people that, for whatever reason, doesn't like base hits, refuses to take base hits, then yeah, that can get you. But I personally think that trailing drawdown is good because it forces people to essentially Be more of just take some base hits. Now, it does stop, so then eventually you can go back to swinging for big home runs if you want. But I think a lot of people, it forces people to realize that taking base hits, weirdly and kind of counterintuitively enough, shows how quickly things can add up. Okay, see, here's your problem, AMS. You are, and again, this goes against, you are shopping based on price, not on rules. I argue, shop for a prop firm based on the rules, because it goes back to like what we could all do here. I wish it still worked. We're going to start our own. We are going to start our own prop firm. We're going to name it the Baboon Den, and we are going to offer $5 accounts for $500,000 purchasing power for $5. But we're gonna have a lot of rules. Whoa. Look at this move down. We're gonna have a lot of rules. Therefore, the people that shop for based on price, they're gonna eat up. We're gonna sell so many accounts, but we're gonna have a lot of rules. So yeah, we ain't gonna have to pay them. Almost at 21. Almost. Okay, we're at the level. Might try a long here. AMS, never heard of them. Well, I heard of them. They just showed up like last week. So yeah, I'm very leery-eyed of prop firms that just show up last week and then everybody's. Look at that. Right. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Right off of the 21 EMA. Dang. Maybe it is that easy once again. Well, to be fair, right here it started. Bounce, almost hit it. That got a little tricky. But that one was right there, bounced pretty much right off it. Again, AMS, I say this with all due respect, but if you're puckering up with $100, I think your best symbol to be trading right now is ticker symbol JOB. So because that's a guaranteed ticker symbol to make money. Again, I don't want to sound mean. I don't want to imply that I don't see the value in a dollar. But right now you're like, man, $100, that's kind of aggressive for me. Like, dude, it's $100. Like, I think for you, ticker symbol JOB would be your best ticker symbol right now so that you can begin to look at $100 and be like, yeah. Again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't care about $100, but I'm getting the vibe that like $100 is like borderline gonna break the backbone of your personal finances. No, I'm always trading size based off, that's just based off of market environment and stuff. But yeah, sometimes I'll go 8, sometimes I'll add. Why are you assuming I don't work? Because you literally just made $100 sound kind of like a big deal. That's why. Because you were shopping based on price, not on rules. To answer your question of where my assumption came from. Man, where I live, minimum wage is $600. Huh? What kind of inflation you got going on in your country? What do you mean minimum wage is $600? How much does a loaf of bread cost? $6 million? What in the world? What country are you in? That's an honest question. That is bonkers. Where in the world is minimum wage $600? What are you in Iran or something right now? Like, I'm trying to think what countries could be experiencing inflation right now. Panama. Well, I did not realize Panama had such an inflation problem. It's per month. He didn't say, he just said where I live minimum wage is $600. So to be fair, yeah, I am assuming he means minimum wages in like the American version of like per hour. But maybe he means something different. Once again, we have the reminder on why context matters. Oh, good. Big man Rory is here. I am now at ease. Okay, we need to define minimum. Are we talking in America? When we talk about minimum, the assumption is like the minimum wage, which is a per hour rate, per hour. But I'm getting the impression some of you, your minimum means like per month. All right, I am still interested in. Ooh, I still don't think we have it. What is up with the difficulty to be able to get rising wedges? We tried yesterday for a rising wedge, and that lower trend line, we could never get it. We do have a nice upper trend line here, though. I'll use that one. I'll use that one. Okay, I do like that for a potential short. Can we get ourselves a rising wedge? No, that's not going to work. Maybe like right here. Okay, we're cooking a little bit here. There we go. That's a rising wedge. Rising. Ooh, look, the top of the rising wedge is also basically at the pivot point. It's like a double whammy of potential resistance right there. Rising wedges are illegal right now. Yeah, probably right. Thanks, Earl Gordon. I appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying. Like I said, I'm gonna get into politics. I'm getting into politics, and my platform is I'm raising the minimum wage to $10,000 an hour, and then everybody will be wealthy. So, because that's how economics works. I'll be raising the minimum wage to $10,000 per hour, and then everybody gets private jets, private yachts, everybody. I am open to making it $15,000 per hour. So that will be my platform. Just raise the minimum wage to $10,000 per hour. There we go. Poverty has been solved. I don't know why they don't just do that. Like, it's not hard to solve like poverty. You just need to raise the minimum wage to $10,000 per hour. I mean, duh. Idiots. I can't. Right, yeah. Not a single thing to go. What could go wrong? Everybody's going to be rich. Everybody's going to be shopping for yachts. Stop it, Ty. Stop it. Keep your understanding of economics at a minimum. Stop, Ty. Nobody asked you to chime in here. Let me win my let me win my spot in office, please. All right, yeah, I do like. Oh, hey, no. Doggone. I promise. I was about to put my order out there, and I would have already been filled. Correct. The point of my extreme nature was to illustrate raising the minimum wage doesn't solve anything. That's the point of my extreme. That's the point of me taking that to an extreme number, so you can play out the economic logic of it. Wow. Okay, that rising wedge, the market was like that. I see that rising wedge. I spit in the face of it. What is that from? What movie is that from? I spit in the face of your. Oh, I think Austin Powers. Yeah. Will Ferrell, like the one guy. Where what if you ask him 3 times, he gets annoyed and will finally answer you. But the first 2 times he acts all tough. Yeah, no, I'm on team no minimum wage. Like, I think a company should be allowed to offer to pay people 25 cents per hour. But I do think that company might have a problem. If that company's goal is to grow and expand, aka hire people, I think they might have a problem if they only offer people 25 cents per hour. I guess I can't confirm that, but I do think that they should be allowed to offer people 25 cents per hour. But again, I have a hunch that company may have a pretty big problem to hire people. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I am an idiot, so maybe I'm crazy. Hey, good job, Papacito. This is like back in 2020 where you hop in longs. Yeah, where everything only goes up. What state are you from? I'm in Iowa. I'm not from Iowa, but I'm in Iowa. Ooh, that's dirty. That was looking pretty strong. Is it really going to give up that whole? It's still got a ways to go if it were to give it all up. But we are on the precipice of a very, very dirty dog move here. You ever been in the Marshalltown area? I have not. No. Where's that at? I'm still pretty new to Iowa, so I'm still learning the geography. Morning, Clay. Hey, Joe. All right, Joe. Hopefully it works out. I just don't view a solution to economic troubles in the 2020s is to... Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can think that way. That's fine. I will say this, though. Like, all the people on team eliminate property taxes. That's okay. My question, though, and I say this out of pure curiosity, what would your solution be to keep the roads, pay police, pay firemen, pay all that sort of stuff? Like, where does that money come from? That is my genuine. I am on team eliminate property taxes, but as a realist, I don't understand how does that other stuff get paid for then? I'm not saying there's not a solution. I'm just curious, what would your solution be to pay all these other people if property taxes were eliminated? Flat sales tax in the county? Yep, I could get on board that. I mean, that's my personal. I view that as like the solution, like to eliminate the IRS. Just get rid of the IRS, get rid of income tax, get rid of all that sort of stuff, and then just have like a national and state like consumption tax. That way, if you want to go into beast mode and save, you get to save every penny you make. But yeah, you will eventually get hit with things when you buy. But like at least you can save up a lot more efficient. I don't know if roads are totally fuel taxed by the fuel, but yeah, like if your solution to the roads would be, well, let's just increase the road tax some more. All I'm saying is the people that are constantly harping on zero property taxes, I'm not quite sure. Like, okay, that's fine, that expense can go away, but like, that you're gonna pay for it somewhere else. But some people seem to think that like if property taxes go away, then like, okay, there we go. Look at all this extra money I have. I have several. I did a video on it somewhere on my YouTube channel. So if you were to YouTube Clay Trader streams of income, it should bring up that video. AMS, dude, I mean, you're like, I would didn't have a major sports team. Now you're talking about the NBA. I'm not saying there's anything wrong about caring about major sports team, but dude, I'm a 43-year-old dad of 6. I really don't care about that. I don't care about sports. You know what I mean? Like, Iowa doesn't even have a major sports team. So? Eliminate all taxes and require people to volunteer for everything. Ah, yeah. So you just literally specified what money actually represents. Exactly. That I actually like that. Because that hits at the heart of what money is. Money is time. It's a representation of people's time. So that's actually that's interesting. I never thought about it that way. To take it to its logical extreme to point that out. That's super interesting. Yeah. All taxes are gone, like every single one. However, you are now forced to volunteer to arrest people. You're forced to volunteer to put out fires. You're forced to put in roads. You're forced to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I like that. Correct. Yeah, Cam. That's what I always tell people. Like it or not, we are all business owners. Like that's what I'm driving into my kids. You are a business owner. We all have a product to sell. What product do you have to sell? The product that we all have to sell is our time. Therefore, let's think about how can we make our product as valuable as possible. If you want to flip burgers, that's fine, but a lot of people can flip burgers. Therefore, your time, you're going to struggle to sell your time if your best skill is flipping burgers. So what can we do to your skill set that increases the value of your time so that when you go out there and sell your time, you can charge a lot? That's why, again, I'm talking to my kids. That's why Daddy got an engineering degree. Because when Daddy was looking at the job market, he noticed that engineers could sell their time for a good chunk of change. That's also why Daddy did not go get a Roman bobsledding degree, because Daddy noticed that people that graduate with a Roman bobsledding degree, they're going to have a hard time selling their time in the marketplace. So like that's what I'm ultimately going to teach my kids. We are all business owners, whether you like it or not. The product you have to sell is your time. So let's make sure you're doing things that make your product sellable in the market. Thank you. I don't know. To be fair, Ace, I have not checked the job market for a degree in Roman bobsledding. But yeah, if people are now being able to sell their time for a good chunk of change with a Roman bobsledding degree, then I stand corrected. So that is, if there's one thing that I wish they would teach in school, it's this. Like it or not, you are a business owner. Like it or not, you are a CEO. Underwater basket. No, big man. No, I haven't thought that for a couple days now. It was just that one day things got strange with you. I have a music degree and I've not used it professionally since getting it. Well, you're not alone. There are some degrees out there that sometimes I wonder. Hopefully you're not drowning in debt because of that. Well, okay, JJ, and how much are you able to sell your time for? As somebody with a degree in Roman bobsledding, how much can you sell your time for? AK, what's your salary? I'm open. Maybe it's really good. All right. I'm still watching this rising wedge here. How do we get on that topic? I have no. Oh yeah, because somebody said they $600. Sometimes I wonder how do we get on that whole topic of minimum wage and then blah blah blah. All that makes sense though. Yeah, that's another interesting topic, the full-time trader, but I'm not going to go into that one. Hey, nowhere. Have this be your goal instead. Don't aim to be a full-time trader. Aim to be a full-time income stream creator. Think about how you can create multiple streams of income for yourself. That will make trading way easier. Because if trading is literally your only stream of income, you're going to notice a lot of pressure. You're going to notice a lot of stress. You're going to notice a lot of voices showing up, more so than normal, if trading is quite literally your only form of income. All right, I'm going to try a long, if it can bounce back up here. Looking for a bounce off this trend line here. And also essentially a bounce off the 21 EMA. Great, yeah. Streams of income. Full-time open mic performer. That'd be so hard. Dude, open mic, that sounds like the scariest thing ever. All right, never mind. I guess I should have been more so bearish and looking to play the rising wedge breakdown here, but I was thinking it might want to bounce from that area, and so far I've been wrong. So gold has chilled out quite a bit. Sometimes patience is required. I paid for YouTube Premium. Now no ads on. That's interesting. I don't know. That's crazy that they are still showing you ads on your TV, even though I have monetization timed off or turned off. I don't know. That's weird. Well, glad you got it figured out. Maybe it's going to try to come back up here. Ooh, the rising wedge. Right now looking like a failed breakdown, but if this thing starts to come back down, maybe that's the clue to make a move. I appreciate that, big man. A magic microphone. Listen, Todd, some things you don't have to talk about publicly. I'll just leave it at that. But Clay, you did talk about it publicly. Listen, I didn't say you needed to pay attention to logic right now. Don't worry about it. That's true. The theory, yeah. Fair point, Philly. Is it really that easy? Once again, just wait for the 21 EMA, and the 21 EMA is that green line here, and then just buy. That's a good point, Philly. It, once again, would have worked out just fine. Maybe it is, once again, that easy. All right, who's your leader? You guys know that I like the nice round numbers. You guys know that we're going for 300 likes. Who just stopped everybody at 99 likes? Do we have any? Come on. Where are the rebels at? Hit that like button. We need some rebels. Push that. Whoever is leading you to try to drive me nuts, whoever's rage baiting, okay, guys, let's stop it at 99 and rage bait them. Don't be. Break away. Be a rebel. Hit that like button. All right, good. There we go. We got some rebels out there. I still want to know who your leader is, though. That was crazy. It's Kyle, probably. But I'm going to get rid of that trend line there. Now the question is, so we have, I would call, so using the pivot point right here as a resistance, we have this across here. We have these higher lows. So we basically have an ascending triangle here, which is bullish. Now, just because it's a bullish pattern does not mean it'll for sure break out, but ascending triangle here. So I'm interested. I'm going to also get rid of that line there. Oh boy. Do I try to anticipate the break or do I try to wait? There's a group chat. Yeah, you guys are all conspiring. 21 told you. For aluminum. What? Aluminum. I don't think that's me. I don't remember that one. I do remember Tinder for tread lines that we discovered yesterday. That's going to be a good one. We're all going to make a lot of money as business partners when we get the app going, Tinder for tread lines. All right, I may regret this. I am. I need to just wait. I need to wait for here. I can get a better risk profile. If I miss it, I miss it. But I got to do it. That's, I think, the right move. There we go. So looking for a long down here. At the green line. So more so trying to play what I see, what I think is an ascending triangle. So there's the ascending triangle that I see. But I'm not going to, I don't know. Buying the breakout, I'm going to see if it wants to come down here and maybe bounce off the lower trend line again. All right, see you later, Robbie. Plan Ravin, I love to see it. Look at that 3-0. Where did Mary go? Isn't that wild? It's crazy. It blows my mind. That just reminded me that Mary never did actually give us a trade plan. Shows up, calls something sketchy, says some more words. Says some more words. I ask for, well, can you give us numbers? Then she just says more words. And then now she's gone. Isn't that wild how that works? Crazy. Hey, old wolf, that a boy. Congrats. Don't be cheating. No, you know I'm, Jack, you know I'm loyal. Yeah, apparently, Maggie. Unbelievable. It's crazy. Well, it's not crazy anymore. That's one of my favorite pastimes here. When the yappers show up and then you just watch them eventually lead to like gaslighting or ad hominem attacks. Like, dude, chill. I'm like, I'm chill. Like, what? Do you think that because I'm asking for actual numbers that I'm not chill? Like, I don't know. It's becoming one of my favorite things to do here. I had stress test yesterday and the lines reminded me of 9 EMA. If I remember right, where are you talking about? Okay, here we are at the breakout. I'm not going to take it, but if you like ascending triangles and if you like breakouts, I'm assuming you're already in now. Let's see if you can get more follow through. Hindsight will be the judge on if my trade plan was the dumbest thing ever, and it's looking like, yeah, I should not have waited for it to come down here to the bottom of the pattern. I should have played the breakout. But I'd say it's still got to break out a little bit more. Now, scalpers, maybe they have enough already. I mean, if it broke out here at 13... Oh, yeah, it's already gone 10 points. So I could see a scalper already getting their 10 points. But for the people that want more, yeah, we'll have to see. Up $300 on a long. Good job. That's a sketchy interaction from her. Yeah, that was, yeah. I mean, I have a suspicion that that name has been here before, and that was just a new name. What am I trading? I am watching futures, and then more specifically within the category of futures, I am watching MNQ. Hey, Ricky. I'll do my best. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out my trade plan as that was the wrong way to play this pattern. For any of you that like yourself the ascending triangle and like to play the breakout, well, there you go. You chose wisely, I chose poorly. The power of independent thinking. Hey, top. All right, I'll go ahead and delete that out. Can I join in the trade? Oh, I mean, I don't know. Can you? Or do you trade futures? Do you have a futures broker? And I'm not trying to be like that. I cannot answer that question if you can, because I don't know your setup. Did the market go up? And is this MQ? No, this is MNQ. You can see what this is via the tab right up there. Yeah, I did. I chose poor. He chose poorly. So I've made some good decisions today and bad decisions. One of my great decisions was not taking the short here because of the rising wedge, because that would have punched me right in the face. All right, maybe a double top. White line is the high of the day. So the price can never get above the white line. The white line itself will just move higher. But right now, you can see maybe a double top. Let's see how it behaves. I'm not gonna just throw a short there. I want to first see how it takes shape. Clay, I've started using Bollinger Bands. Oh yeah. Bollinger Bands are a classic. I woke up this morning at 5:30 Mountain Time and it was 5:30 Mountain Time. What is that relative to Eastern? Is that 2 hours behind? I never got into Keltner channels. Okay, if the price comes up here, bumps its head on the white line, and then starts to drop, I will take a swing at it from the short side with the idea of a double top. Just subbed. Well, good to have you here, Nicholas. Thank you for the sub. He's not? I guess, Philly, now that I think about it, I guess I assume that was the case. Okay, this candle is almost done. Okay, so it would be perfect here in my ideal world. This candle closes, comes up. Okay, here we go. We have a potential great scenario. Go up. No, don't go down. Up, 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 and then hit that white line. Come on. Hit it. Hit it. No, no, no. Up, up. No, no, no. If it can stay here, my risk profile stays oh so delicious. They're good. Good, good, good. Hit the white line. Hit the white line. Hit the white line. That's close enough. All right, here we go. So there's my entry. My stop will be right here. Nice tight risk profile. Now, if it shoots up through the green line, it all goes away. But, okay, well, let me adjust this up a little bit here. There we go. Looking for a fake breakout here. Now, if it goes up through the green line, once again, I'll have to reassess. Again, looking to get short at the red line. Trying to see if this is some sort of fake breakout. I'm in. Okay. Put out a couple targets here in case it spikes. Okay, let's see. This is either a fake breakout of those highs or it's not. I know I had a scalpy scalp, but I'm looking for more than a scalpy scalp on this one. Again, basically, I'm playing a fake breakout of the double top. That's what I'm trying to see if it wants to play out here. The fake breakout of the double top. Come on. Release, brother. Gotta release. Nope. All right. I'm out. Still a winning trade, but I need that to get moving right then and there. Oh, boy. Okay. I will be in once again. If this comes up here, hits the white line, and comes back down, I will be rejoining the trade again. Step one, though, it's got to come up here and get right up. Not necessarily hit the white line, but get close. That's step one for me to rejoin. So let's see if that happens. Now, hindsight will be my judge. Maybe this thing just drops, and then in hindsight, I'll be saying I should have just hopped in right now. But this is why trading's a challenge, right? Because I don't have hindsight. I'm not looking at a book. I'm not looking back at what's already happened. So yes, if you are in right now, I'm not calling you crazy at all. Maybe my requirement will be very stupid, but that's my bed, so I got to lie in it or something like that. The first 10 minutes of my lunch. Okay, Andy, I think you're putting yourself in a time crunch. Trading over a lunch or a break is very risky because now you've created the voice of time, right? I only have 30 minutes to trade. I only have 15 minutes to trade. That voice can wreak a lot of damage. I only have XYZ amount of time. Now, that voice I don't have to deal with because I can trade whenever I want. But those of you that trade on lunches or breaks, that is a voice you better learn how to deal with and be aware of. Okay, here we go. If this wants to come back down, I will, once again, take a swing at it from the short side if it wants to come back down. But as of now, I'm glad I hopped out where I did because, yeah, it wasn't, like I said, I wanted it to come on, brother. I stayed in a little longer on the short. Well, hopefully not too long because you might be getting stopped. Now, if it pushes up through the white line, I'll have to reassess the, okay, okay. Come up here now and hit the white line. Don't come down much. Again, I can get a much better risk profile here. But it can't drop down too much. Come on. No. Go back up. Got to hit the white line, though. Good. Yeah, good. Yes, keep that. Yes. See, now my risk profile is getting distorted because my entry point has to move down now. I'm good. Out quick. Oh, okay. All right, that one is off the table now because now my entry would have to be here. So yeah, risk profile is not as pretty as it was. You cannot pick arbitrary numbers like that, AMS. Some days 25 points might be perfect. Other days 25 points might have you getting stopped out just over and over again. Other days 25 points might be the most unrealistic thing ever. You can't just pick arbitrary numbers. That's not how this works. You would benefit from my mentorship, by the way, AMS. You're turning this totally into like a one-on-one coaching session here. But brother, there's other people here. Hey, Texima, where have you been? Good to see ya. 10 points a day is a good goal. I don't like goals. Goals for me are the devil. Any kind of goal. Point goals, dollar goals, they are the devil. Because Bob Blacksheep, what happens if you're at 9.5 points? Then what? You gotta go out there and find your half point? Again, honest question. 10 points is a good goal. Okay, well, you're at 9.5 points. Does that mean you go out there and you try to find something for a half a point? Good point. Yeah, that is true. It's like a time trap too. I've been there. I have been there. When I don't know, whatever it is, and I'm like $13 away. And then I spend the next like 3 hours searching for that $13. And then I get it. I'm like, booyah. And then I'm like, wait a second. 13 divided by, oh, that's fantastic. I just worked for like $3 an hour. Okay, Jimbo's going in timeout. He's already trolling again. Jimbo, you have other things you should be working on right now. Hint, hint, hint. So yeah, I'm going to put you in timeout so you can go work on this other thing. Hint, hint. Hey, Timbo. He's probably going to text me now, you jerk. I'm going to be like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, brother. No, by the way, if you've noticed like the Instagram page and all like the social medias come to life with a bunch of like shorts and blah, 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 that's actually all Jim. Jim is doing that for me now. I've hired him to do that. So when I say I put him in timeout because he has something else that he's maybe a little behind schedule on, like that was not me joking around. Like his time is it needs to be better spent than trolling me in here. Like, yeah. All right, maybe another short. So far, this level has rejected the price over and over again. Obviously, no big rollovers, but enough for scalpy scalps. Believe it or not, I'm actually paying him in real money. Believe it or not. It's crazy. All right, I will take a swing on it again if it hits that white line. There we go, close enough. Okay, here we go. My stop will be right here. See if it once again wants to get rejected. Nope. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. I've seen a few of your shorts on X. Well, if you have any feedback on them, Jim would be the person to give it to. What is a decent house price for a single guy? I don't know. I have no idea what your standard of living is for a single guy. Impossible to answer. Some single guys, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but they want fancy cars and yachts and Malibu mansions. Again, nothing wrong with that, but you're going to definitely need, your price is going to be different than the guy that's like, nah, man, I'm cool living in a 1-bedroom apartment. Come on. Come on down. I'm taking that scalpy scalp. I'm feeling scalpish today. It's been a while since I've done multiple scalpy scalps, but I don't know why. My spidey instincts are just saying to stick with the scalpy scalps. $26,842 is all-time high. It's just crazy. It's not. So I'll tell you what's crazy in my mind. It's not crazy we've recovered because, yeah, this is just some sort of event, blah, blah, blah. But what's crazy to me is that we've already recovered, yet it's not like we have any final answers. Now, granted, the markets are forward-looking. So you could argue that the markets see and know that the whole war thing is over because the markets are smart money is called smart money for a reason. So they know. But, yeah, it's just, it seems like we'd have a little bit more concrete certainty that things are over. But maybe Wall Street just knows. They just know that it is actually already over. And actually the things that me as a normal person thinks are still unknowns are actually knowns. But yeah, that's one thing with the market. That's why, the whole saying, which is a very true one, buy the rumor, sell the news. Like when the news is announced, like you are late. If you're buying on the news, you are so far behind because the market is forward looking. And I can think of no better example than when Elon Musk went on SNL. Who remembers Dogecoin, beast moding? Elon Musk's going to be on SNL. He's going to be on SNL. When he talks about it, it's going to explode, blah, blah, blah. That was the rumor. All the hype, all the speculation was when that was the buy. And then if you remember, when I think it was like it timed up perfectly. Like as soon as he was on SNL, I think that night, like it plunged. Because that was the news. He was finally on SNL. So that's just the market as a whole. So right now, I think just the rumor of the war being done is the buy. So in all actuality, what could very well happen is when it becomes official that the war is over, we see a bigger pullback. I'm not quite sure we'll see it skyrocket. I think that's all being priced in right now. How do you join the mentorship? Right here. Well, wait a second. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to. Anyways, there you go. So that is one of my curiosity points right now is when the war is officially over, is that like Elon Musk being on SNL? Like that's the news. But right now, that's that is my working thesis over my not because I've been doing it for a long time, but that seems to be the thing that happens over and over in the market. Like there's a reason that's a saying: buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Right now, I think we're in the rumor phase. Hey, good morning, Trade for Life. Yo, Clay, no trend line today. I did have some trend lines earlier, and they deceived me. Tax season 2, giving the money back. Yeah, that probably has a little bit of a role in it. How high did Doge get? Was that Doge's peak when Elon Musk was on SNL? Was that the peak of it? We do have this trend line right here. Okay. Thanks, Tradovate. You froze up on me for. Let's see. Ooh, okay, we are actually right at this trend line. Okay, if it wants to pop slightly above the trend line, I'm going to get short right here. Come up a little bit more. Little bit more. Oh, that's good enough. That's good enough. Put my stop up there. Let's see if we can get the trend line rejection. The red line turns blue, I'm in. Oh, I like it. Let's see if this trend line can reject it. If not, oh well, tight risk. Uh-oh. If it goes above that green line, I'll have to reassess. Okay, there we go. Maybe a little fake breakout right there. Again, I'm not yet in the trade. If that red line turns blue, I'll get in the trade, and then I'll lock in my stop. Looking for the... all right, never mind. My risk... Okay, so I guess this is a true... Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, looking like that is that... Right when I'm about to say it's a genuine breakout, the price snaps back down. Good grief. Okay. Yeah, like I said, that's my risk profile has changed now. That's why I'm not necessarily totally interested in taking it again. Israel cabinet has not held a vote on the ceasefire at all. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that got spicy. Are we at all-time high? No, somebody said all-time high is up in the 600s. Well, waiting for confirmation once again. Help me out there. Market is riding that 9 EMA and the 5. Is it? Yeah, I remember. Or I don't know if that was you, but I do remember people talking about yesterday the 5-minute 9 EMA. All right, back to the drawing board for me now. Hey, Sadie, AK Sam. 570 is long-standing rollover. Watch out. Is long-standing rollover. All right. Oh, on futures. No, on CFDs, it's all. Oh, on futures. On CFDs, it's all. Okay, so we're at all-time highs or we're not, Cam? I'm confused. We have a weekly candle high from breaks and closes. All right. Appreciate that, Sam. Okay, you're going to laugh. I'm long since 445. Dang, Philly. Good job. I mean, you are in basically a 401k long-term investment at this point, per my standards. No, all-time high is 867. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought I heard earlier. Oh, yes, sir. Oh. I don't know if you could hear those or not, but that was just... Oh. I've been in long since 323. Oh boy, here come all the trust me bro trade plans. Well, how come Philly gets away with it? Because Philly is a well-established member. I had spaghetti last night. And it was delicious. Are there still shorts in the market anymore? I mean, in some sense, it seems like shorting is illegal right now. Okay, here we go. I think Fame 9... Okay, let's see. I think this dude has been here before. Let's see. April 9th, 20... Oh, yeah. All right. He's been here before. He's trolling around. We'll throw him in timeout, see if he wants to change his ways or not. There we go. By the way, it literally is called timeout. I've had some people, and I actually agree with the accusation. What is this, third grade? What are you putting people in timeout? That's literally what the function is called for YouTube. I wish YouTube would change the function to like the penalty box. or the you know the sound of, or the room of silence or something. But I do agree. Telling these people I'm going to put them in timeout, it does sound very, but like that's literally the function that YouTube calls it. What goes up must always go up is the new saying. Something like that, yeah. I'm trying momentum, not going well. What do you mean? Like, the troll cage? Could you imagine if that's what YouTube called it, the troll cage? That would be pretty. If Elon Musk was in charge of YouTube, that function would probably be called like the troll cage. Because that dude just does not care. Like, it blows my mind that Elon Musk, if he wanted to, like, he could gift this kid Disney. Like, and when I say that, I mean like the company of Disney. He could very easily buy Disney and be like, here you go. Happy birthday. You now own Disney. It's crazy when you, it's just wild. It's wild. Is something wrong with the future market algorithm? As this thing has been going straight up. Yeah, I think Marky the Mark. Yeah, that's yes. Okay, I'm not gonna engage yet one. I'm not gonna. I can't do it. My mental sanity. The algorithm. Okay. Now, okay. This is getting a bit spicy. You're short at 554. All right. All right, I'm getting long down here. It's bounced off the 21 EMA several times, and if it doesn't want to do it this, actually, I'm going to go for a slight fake breakdown of it right there. Right there. Because we have had some breakdowns of it, so it's not always bounced beautifully off it. So I don't think I'm too crazy for looking to play potentially a breakdown or a fake breakdown of it. But I'm going to at least take a swing at it. I'm also going to go ahead and get rid of that line. It served its purpose for me. And by the way, Netflix does have earnings after hours, which is important because if you are somebody that likes to trade from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, the futures market, specifically NASDAQ, NASDAQ will care about Netflix. So you could get cooked. You could also get paid very well, but it's kind of like a news event in a way. It's sort of like when Nvidia has earnings or Apple has earnings or, the companies kind of fluctuate. But yeah, Netflix, I don't think it's as obvious. Like, it's obvious. Nvidia right now, when they have earnings, the NQ is going to react in that after hour phase. But I think it's also, it's not as certain as Nvidia, but be aware, Netflix does have earnings today after the bell, which could definitely create a couple candle jolts where like you could be in it and all of a sudden you could be cooked, or it could be where really now. Yeah, I heard that risk, which is irrelevant because the problem with stocks and options has never, yes, it's been a problem, the pattern day trend rule, but it's never actually been the problem compared to futures. Futures just move way better anyways. So, but yes, I did hear about that. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Looking for the long. All right, I might regret this. I may regret this. I'm going there. Definitely not. Yes, Chevy. That one really did just irritate me. I can't believe I did that. Yesterday, I had a good solid day, and then there was one of these candles that I thought was going to be a news candle and pick up more momentum, so I chased. And then I didn't give back my entire day, but I gave back a decent chunk. Okay, that's the move I wanted. Let's go down to the pivot point now. Or maybe it is just this easy. Maybe that's... See, here's a problem right now with the 21 EMA. We've had these fake breakdowns, so I don't know how much of a fake breakdown it actually wants to be. Maybe that's all the fake breakdown it's going to get. If we're still on the... Is it really just this easy? It's a trap. Well, it's only a trap if I can't get out. Then I'm literally trapped in the trade. But if not, I'll just stop out and I'll be okay. That's just the lunchtime sell-off. Dang. So we can time the market for the lunchtime sell-off every day. It's repeatable. At 12:20 Eastern every day, the market pulls back like this because of the lunchtime sell-off. Are you telling me that trading is actually that easy? I've been overthinking it this whole time. Are you telling me the holy grail is that 12:20 p.m. Eastern? You know that people are leaving for McDonald's, so it just gets short? Not at exactly the same time. Well, then what the heck? We all short when they order their Happy Meals? Yeah. Doggone it. I thought it was that easy. Bummer. Bummer. Maybe someday. Hey, Desert Rider, good to see ya. And because it always touches the Tokyo, yeah, Tokyo VWAP. You got to keep it. You got to keep an eye on that one. Well, once again, just buy the 21 EMA. Yeah, none of my entries would have ever been filled, right? Because my first was 20. That would never been filled. Then I tried the pivot. That would obviously not have been filled. So, okay. Didn't quite. I think that's the Nancy Pelosi strategy. Which one's a Nancy Pelosi strategy? I'll bump back down now. Oh, that's the lunchtime thing? I am still interested in the... Ooh. This looks pretty interesting. We have not only the overnight high, we not only have some lows, but we also have the 50 SMA down here. Am I stupid? I think I might be stupid. I'm kind of thinking of a short right here if it wants to come back down. But I don't know if this is real. Yeah, I'm stupid. Because as of now, all big pullbacks have recovered up beautifully. Which does not mean that this one will recover straight back up beautifully, but that is the current pattern of the market today. So yeah, I think that would be very stupid. Again, big moves down that recover. Big move down, recovered. Big move down, recovered. Big move down. Again, does that mean it'll recover? No, but does that mean that it's kind of crazy for me to be thinking short right here? I think so. So I'm gonna pass on that. The momentum is trending up. It'll retrace after lunch. Okay, James, we have now moved into let's take these observations and words and claims and let's make them applicable. So can you give us a trade plan about how you will take advantage of all these observations? So can you give us an entry point, a stop loss, and a target as numbers? Please, good sir. The momentum is trending upward. Okay. It'll retrace after lunch. Okay. Well, can you give us a trade plan, please? How are you going to make money off of that observation? Because unfortunately, James, I've been in long since 414. Okay. So we got to trust me, bro. Well, where were you then to tell us you were getting long at 414? The good old trust me, bro. Doggone it. If I would up less, I'd short with stop loss. I think you're missing a word there. I don't care about a pitcher. Next time though, James, give us all the stuff ahead of time. That's all I'm saying. Trust me box. Hello, Seraph. I wasn't in the stream. I just popped in for... Okay. Well, hopefully someday, James, you'll be able to hear it to give us something in real time. But good job. Congrats on the trade. Show a payout. Who are you talking? James? You talking to James to show a payout? Well, just because he had a winning trade doesn't mean that's a payout. You don't. Oh my goodness, James, you're crazy, dude. Not using prop firm. You are crazy. Using your own funds in a Trump tweet threatened market. It's crazy. It's crazy. Target hit. Good job, Hoover. For me, is not fun to trade all-time highs. Yeah, well, good on you for recognizing that. So at least you know now not to trade. Hey, Dean. Good to see you. I will say this about the oil. Look at the 21 EMA on oil. Woo, look at that thing just cruising. Like, because I'm a child and I envision everything as a story, I'm envisioning this as a wave, and then the price is a surfer. Look at the surfer just surfing on that wave. Cowabunga! I'm retired. Well, sometimes, James, like I said, we look forward to seeing some numbers ahead of time. Because unfortunately, the internet, I'm not saying you're one of these people, but hopefully you can understand that the internet is filled with people that just like say stuff. So when people show up after the fact and tell us all this stuff and just say, hey, trust me, bro, it's like, okay. But next time, James, next time you'll be able to do it. So we look forward to it. Look at Texima Trader. That's what we mean. Look at that. Long at 456. Oh, wait, no. Okay. So he needs this thing to pull back quite a bit more. All right, I'd love to see it, though, Texima. I'm going to not wait that long, though. I'm going to look for a long right here. Okay. I am catching a knife in a sense. But I think I have some logic behind where I'm catching the knife, but I'm not going to lie to myself. I am currently trying to catch a falling knife. Look. See, that's the problem with choices. So many choices. So for any of you that chose the 50 period simple moving average, congrats. You just got yourself a nice little scalpy scalp there. Potentially even more if it bounces. Only children go to timeout. Yes, in a sense. I still don't like that it's called timeout because I understand the critique and I agree with the critique. Like why do you have to be mean? Like, and call these people a timeout? We're all out of third grade, which I agree with, but I'm just telling people that's literally that's what YouTube calls the function. Although I've always been told, and I agree with, if you're going to complain about something, if you're going to offer a problem, at least try to offer a solution. I don't know. Like, what should YouTube call it? Maybe the mute button. That's what they should probably call it. Mute them. That's what they should call it, not timeout. Mute. I would argue that. All right, here we go. Maybe. Whoop. I'm in a trade right now. Okay. I'm out. Now what? I have a thought. Good grief. The timing could not have been worse. You all saw what happened, and then at that minute, my wife opens up the door and says, "Hey, holy crap! Okay, what? I'm detoxing from the adrenaline. What do you need?" Do you need a trade? No, I'm out. I'm wiping myself right now, but I'm out.
I have a timeout thought.
Oh, you have a timeout thought. Okay.
Because in sports they have a timeout.
That's true.
And it's to pause and rethink for a better game plan.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so maybe timeout isn't so bad. Maybe that's where YouTube's at. I'm still recovering from this. Holy smokes. Whew. I'm glad I got out too. Good grief. You can't script that. I mean, you guys saw that. And as soon as I got filled and I saw it start to go, my wife snuck up on me and started to talk. No, I think I got out for like $12. I don't even know what happened. All I know is that some walnuts were cracked. This is also why this is part of the trading toolkit. Too many traders are like, what's a good computer? How many monitors do I need? Is this good enough internet? They never ask about this. What is a good brand of this? Because all traders need this at their desk. That was the first time there. The timing on that was insane. Oh, good grief. This, I don't know. Is this a potential? This looks like a potential news scandal. And oil went up. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say there's some sort of news that happened. Whether or not it's hit the hard or the wires yet, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a 60-point drop. More than that. 70-point drop. So, out of curiosity, so I am saying that there was news, and whatever this news was, market apparently does not like it. Gulf and European officials see U.S. needing 6 months for Iran deal. Okay. That was the news? Hey, AMS, if you just choose to just not be 11-year-old, clearly based on what you just saw right here, if you can't connect the dots on what this is for, then yeah, there does reach a point where you got to grow up in life. Yes, when I was 12, I would have probably made the same joke. That could be the reason. Yeah, no, maybe that is. You would have to look at the time. So on Twitter, what time did that tweet come out? It definitely didn't come out before 12:32. I told you the inside news about Lebanon when we had rocket attack 45 minutes ago. I was short oil. Well, but it doesn't make any sense because oil just spiked up. So if you were short oil, you just got cooked. Because I'm looking at oil right now and I see a 5-minute with a big green candle. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Announced 2 minutes ago. So yeah, after this. That's what I mean. What is the best news source? Literally the chart itself. The chart tells you stuff before the stuff even hits the airwaves. And here's our now most recent example. The only thing the chart does not tell you, thankfully, is the thing that we don't care about. But the chart tells us is that there was news and what the market thinks about the news. Sure, the chart does not tell us what the news actually was, but who cares about what it was? As traders, we just care that there was news and we want to know what the market thinks about the news. So we knew that there was some kind of news right here, and we knew that the market did. How do we know that there is some kind of news? Well, look at the big red candle. Look at the volume. How do we know what the market thought about the news, aka not liking it? Well, the fact that it was a big red candle. And then just for fun, for curiosity, yeah, it is fun to figure out what the news actually was. But from a practicality standpoint, who cares? That's why, what's the best news source? The chart. The chart. It's almost, yeah, we did. We all knew that there was news before, people in Twitter knew that. And I'm not all kidding aside. Think about it. We as traders, if you're using the chart, those people that I guess make a living by trying to be the first person to tweet what news was, we knew it before they even did. They had to spend time trying to figure out what it was. We didn't know what it was, but for traders, who cares? But we knew that they needed to be searching for something. That's how powerful the markets are, right? I mean, literally, we're following billions and trillions. There's no way the futures market has trillions of dollars every day, does it? Okay, if somebody is interested, go see how much average daily volume in the futures market is. Is it? It can't be in the trillions of dollars, could it? Informed equals armed. Well, I mean, informed with what, though? I would say that the information that matters is that there was news and what the market thinks about the news. As far as what the news actually was, I don't think that's information that's valid. Because I've been there plenty of times where I think news is good, and then I look at the price of something and it's dropping. Or I think news is bad, and then I look at the price and it's going up. So yeah, I don't really, I would say that the information in terms of what the news is, irrelevant. As traders, we should care about the fact that there was news and what the market thinks about the news. But I'm just a baboon, so yeah, maybe that might be the dumbest thing anybody's ever said. Maybe. But to me, to my baboon mind, it makes sense. And now we have, it's almost, so this is how I envision it. And I think this is really what's going on. So the news showed up, market, knee-jerk reaction, flips out, oh, that's terrible, that's terrible, that's terrible. All right, well, everybody, let's calm down. Let's all take a deep breath. Let's think through the news. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe this isn't as bad as what we thought it was. So let's just kind of go right back to where it started. That's kind of like how I'm envisioning it. Right? Isn't that why we always tell our kids, hey, take a deep breath, right? Why are you telling them to take a deep breath? Because they've lost their mind. I've been told to take a deep breath from time to time, believe it or not. I know that's hard to believe. But that's how I envision this. Lost their minds. All right, let's take a deep breath. Let's think through it. Okay, yeah, maybe that wasn't as bad as what we thought it was. And of course, the same opposite happen. A price can explode. Then everybody's like, wait a second, take a deep breath. Is this actually as good as we thought it was? Probably not. And then the price drifts right back to where it was. Algos dip, humans buy. Yeah, that's. I'm sorry. I would Kel Dog. You. Yeah. What are humans buying with? Capital. What are algos dipping with? Capital. So it's just all capital. It's money. It's buyers and sellers. But if you think there's some big, powerful algorithm that controls everything, oh boy, oh boy. No, James, what I want next is for you to just give us a trade plan ahead of time. That's what we all want. That's true. That was a classic. When we were told buyers and sellers don't control the market. That is, yeah, that was a doozy. What are you talking about, idiot? Buyers and sellers don't control the market? Oh. Now short. Okay, YSC. Where would you short and where would your stop loss be? Can you give us at least those two numbers? So you said now short and you said that right about there. So I'm guessing your short is at about 492? So where did you get short at and where's your stop loss? Can you give us those two numbers, brother? But I was, oh, right, James. That's okay. Yep. That's why I keep saying, James, for your next trade plan, just give us your trade plan ahead of time for the next one. You just noticed it in orange? I don't know if that's a good or bad sign that you just noticed that code clay is in orange. Apparently it doesn't stick out as much as what I thought I was making it stick out. I'm thinking about a short up around here. So like short here, and then I can just hide my stop loss like somewhere up around here. I don't know, Gary. Can somebody look at Gary's question and maybe have a little bit more insight? I'm not sure. I think, but I don't know how off the top of my head. Well, yeah, yes. Algorithms can move the market. It's a question of control, though. So yeah. Let me put it this way, Papacito. We're not calling Wall Street to put in our orders and then for some guy on the New York Stock Exchange to wave something in the air. Hey, I got Papacito's order. Papacito, I have his order. Like, yes, algorithms are, like, we're in a digital age. Yes. It's not a question of moving, it's controlling. And some people live under the illusion because there's a cult out there that, like, there is some magical, mystical algorithm that has, like, all-powerful control. That is what I'm pushing back against. Okay, James, then give us a trade plan for this particular bull flag. Let's do this. How would you trade this bull flag, James? I understand maybe you already have your trade plan in place. Fine. Let's do a hypothetical, James. How would you trade this bull flag that you're saying? Where would your entry point be? Where's your target? Where's your stop? Again, I do understand this is hypothetical on your end because you're already in a trade, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, when you say watch for the bull flag to form, trying to form, okay, those are just words, okay? How would you make money from this bull flag trying to form? Give us those 3 numbers, James. Can you do it, brother? Can you do it, brother? Or are we just going to get more words? Papacito, I think you are overthinking this. As far as I can tell, all you just described is what I say from the get-go. The market is controlled by supply and demand. That's it. That's what moves the market. That's what controls the market. Buyers and sellers, supply and demand. If more buyers show up than there is demand, more sellers, prices will go up. If more sellers show up than there are buyers, prices will go down. I understand you can't really create a cult out of something so basic, but that's like the reality of the matter. Hey, Cal Dog, I appreciate that right there. Look at that. 3 numbers right there. Okay. If I wasn't already long, I would go long here. Stop. Okay, that's not words. Those are more words. I would go long here. Define here with a number. My stop around 477. What is around? Is around 1 point or 2 points or 3 points? Do you see what I mean about, like, nobody can hold you accountable when you say around. But if you just gave us a number, we would know exactly what you meant. So let's try again, James. Can you give us numbers? It's like this, right? So here's a level. And then somebody says, my stop loss is below this level. Okay. And then the price does this. Okay. Where do you think that person is going to define their stop loss? Oh, yeah. I mean below is right here. Because, yeah, we're below the yellow line. I said below. Yeah, that's where my stop was. Okay. Let's say this happens instead. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, my stop was definitely right. My stop was like right up here. Yeah, nice tight stop. Right? If you don't define below, just below the wick. Okay. Anyways, we'll move on. What's your working theory on why some people can so easily just give 3 numbers and other people, it is like the hardest thing imaginable? We might as well be trying to send people to Mars. How can that exist? How can you have one category? It's no big deal. You asked for 3 numbers. Here you go, brother. Here's 3 numbers. And then we have this other category where it's like we're trying to solve and cure world hunger. You think James is trolling? He might be at this point. Holy smokes. So again, for all of you that just give 3 numbers, I respect you so much. Even if your trade plan turns out to be wrong, at least you have the courage to define things so you could be held accountable. You're overcomplicating it. No, I assure you, my friend, I'm the one trying to simplify it as much as possible by just giving numbers. See what I mean? It's like the same pattern. Now James has reverted to gaslighting. You're overcomplicating it. Are you Mary? Are you back under a new name? We had somebody named Mary that is following your exact pattern. Somebody that cannot give numbers and then resorts to gaslighting. The fact that you just said I'm the one overcomplicating it, and that's like might be like the gaslight of gaslights. Okay, so let's play out this in real life. James calls his broker. Hey, I need a stop below, or I need my stop around 477. The broker's like, okay, well, where would you like that though? Listen, you're overcomplicating it. Just put my stop around 477. Sir, we need an actual number so we know where that is. Listen, ma'am, stop overcomplicating things. Go ahead, James. You call your broker and you submit a trade plan to your broker how you're talking here. And then you tell your broker that they're overcomplicating it when they ask you for a number. Holy smokes. Goodness, this is crazy. I must be in a dream. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's not, like I said, this is actually fun. I love to see people, I don't know why more people don't do this. It's so easy to expose the lip flappers. It's so easy and it's fun. The excuses, the gaslighting, the ad hominem fallacies. I'm waiting for James to call me a name. I'm just trying to help. This is a bull flags. You are not helping. That's my point. You are not helping. What would be a help, James, is if you told us, well, how would you play? How would you make money from a bull flag? That would actually be helping. How would you make money from a bull flag? All right, yeah, James is definitely trolling at this point. Either that or he is one of the biggest baboons I've ever met. We'll put him in timeout. See if he wants to rethink. Because to be fair, maybe he doesn't realize how much of a, yeah. Anyways, moving on. That was fun. Yeah, I think he's just rage baiting at that point. Consolidate the rest of the day? I don't know about that. Just because the rest of the day is still pretty far. You could be right, and I don't know how you define consolidation. Like if you're defining consolidation as like this little range, which is kind of how I'm looking at it right now. Like that's how I would personally define consolidation right now. So do I think we're going to stay in that range for the rest of the day? No. But to be fair to you, perhaps your definition of consolidation is like that range right there. So obviously, yeah, there's a higher chance that maybe we consolidate in that range for the rest of the day. So that's just the importance of we got to define our terms, like because it's consolidate is kind of a grayish term. How about having a buy position at 47.80? You must be talking ES. No, I don't know what you're talking about. 47.80. 4,780. Oh, thank you, Joe, for answering that question I asked about earlier. He means XAU? Okay, gotcha. This is an interesting short here because if it can break, then you could see it maybe open up, potentially some movement down here, but I'm a little leery right now. Yeah. James and his bull flag. To be fair to James, maybe hit the bull flag would have made money. But because he wouldn't give us anything, like, okay. It's just... Oh boy, am I about to short this? It looks like it might. Is oil going up right now? Kind of, not that much though. All right, Scott, nothing but respect. Look at that. 3 numbers. That's a good stuff right there, Scott. Respect. James. Well, I know you can't give him that, but because he didn't define anything. Maybe he meant this. Maybe he meant buy right here, scalp out for, 20 points. He might have meant that, to be fair to him. But that therein lies the problem. Because he didn't define anything, we have no idea what he actually meant. You would love to see it drop back down to VWAP. Yeah, if I get short here, I will be agreeing with you. I just don't know if I'm going to get short here yet. But yes, if I do get short here, I will be in agreement. Would love to see it down to VWAP. I don't know what. I guess via me not knowing what to do is telling me what I need to do, and that is just do nothing. Because I can see a short here, but I'm also kind of tempted by a long. So I guess I got to just sit on my hands because I can see both. All right, so let's do this. Give me a 1 if you're long right now. Give me a 2 if you're short. Hey, thank you, Nathan. Very kind of you. And good, congrats on number 7 on the way, and congrats on your live profit. Sounds like you're doing very well. Okay, shorts. Okay, mainly, we got a couple of long stepping in. Okay, interesting. I think mainly shorts though. My wife said I'm 1. Oh, that's mean. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being butt ugly, and your wife said you're a 1? Dang. I mean, I'll give your wife credit for being honest, but that's kind of mean. She should probably lie to you. Dang. That's crazy. It's crazy. I know, Mark, you dented baboon. I just twisted it against you. Good grief. Are you hanging out with James right now, Mark? Is James your brother? Are you James? I love it, though. Some of you think I'm like the biggest moron ever, which I understand. Like some stuff when you explain it to me as if I don't understand what's going on, it's like, no, I'm actually, again, I don't blame you for thinking I'm that dumb. But I promise you I'm not that dumb. I am dumb, but not that dumb, if that makes sense. Just in from work. What did you miss? Oh, boy. You missed some just very good traders that were very good with words. That's what you missed. I know, I'm up for a Golden Globe. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm up for a Grammy. That's how good of an actor I am. I'm up for a Grammy. I was about to say an Oscar, but like, no. That's music. I'm up for a Grammy for my acting. Hey, Eddie. Sure, period. What time will you be here? Question mark. I'll be right back. Hey, Abby. Oh, she's gone? Actually, comma, never mind, period. Abby took the checkbook with her, period. I'll get one out to you this afternoon, though. All right. We have real life, the house building colliding with streaming and trading. What are the vibes? Buy now? I don't know. What does your strategy suggest the vibes are? Running deals? I don't know about running deals. More like just trying to get people paid. I guess in a sense that's a deal, but no, don't buy. Okay. Well, what do the vibes tell you should do right now? I want to hear about your vibe strategy. Tell me what the vibes are telling you to do right now. Be the niche. News doesn't like it in my mind. 6 months long. My 3. It's going to dump is my vibe. Okay. So then I'm assuming you're short. So where are you short at currently? And then where's your stop at? Can you give us those two numbers? Oil just continue to kind of creep higher and higher. I need 697. I've been at work all day watching on the side. Wish I could take advantage of the market today. Well, good news is, MS, the market will be here. Well, odds are the market will be here tomorrow. Well, for those of you that were short here, congratulations. It certainly took some patience on your part, but I am definitely interested in a long down here. That's for sure. Where do I see? It's like basically a double bottom. We have the low here. We have the 200 period simple moving average, and I could use the VWAP as a stop loss. Well, right below it. But do I use that? Okay, I might be out fancying myself. I'm gonna actually look for a fake break of the double bottom. If it wants to come down here. So I'm defining that yellow line here as the double bottom, but I'm looking for a fake break of it, where it breaks down, and then the fake starts right there at the VWAP. That's what I'll look for here. See, that's the thing. So, okay, so Rory, this is where you start to move into troll territory again. You full well know where right below will be because I'm actually trading right in front of you. So you would see that right in your face. Okay? So big man Rory, this is what happened a few days ago. So I'm curious now if your comments will start to get more and more troll-like. All right, as it bounces now, we'll see if it wants to try to come back down. Well, the 479 short. Oh, good job, Scott. Yeah, and you called that out ahead of time, Scott. That's good stuff there. Well done, sir. Those are so much better when people call them out ahead of time. Oh, James. You're a different James though. Poor James hyphen K3M 7X. Man, your name has kind of been distorted after today's interactions. I'm sure you're very upset at the other James. Tarnish. Yeah, that's a good word. Same with if somebody else's name shows up and it's Mary. Oh, that's a shame. Did you map out the trade plan, James? Good job. Congrats. All right, we might be back in play here. Exciting meeting tonight, by the way. We're meeting with the tile guy. I cannot wait. Tile. Gotta figure out the tile we want. For context, we are in the process right now of building a house. It started about almost a month ago. So yeah. Putting in the floor joists today. So progress is being made. Okay, be the niche. I'm almost confident you've been here before, and now you're just trolling under a new name. If not, apologies, but the whole vibe thing, it's getting a little, you know. The law of diminishing return, I'll put it that way. Which, by the way, if you do not understand the economic idea of law of diminishing returns, oh man, you got to learn about it. It applies to like everything. Tile is my favorite pastime. Dude, okay. My wife and I have had some, we're not like, I don't know. I never realized that doorknobs would be such a time-consuming conversation. But that's what my wife and I have talked about the past couple of evenings, doorknobs. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. And then she brings up the good point. Yeah, but you should care about our safety. I'm like, okay, fine. That's fair. I guess some doorknobs may be better than others when it comes to safety and locking and all that sort of stuff. So that's, hey, Clay, man, what kind of cool stuff do you talk about? Doorknobs. Doorknobs. Tonight will be tile. yeah, we haven't gotten to the door handles yet. Yeah, Slow Morrow. I've heard that like towards the end, you're almost like you just don't care. You're just like, who cares? Let her decide. Yeah, but she wants my input. She's like, I want you to care. I want your input on this stuff, which I need to be appreciative of. After tiles, you'll have grouting colors. Oh, I didn't even think about. Oh, brother. Just stop. Why did I even bring it up? What about kitchen towels? Well, I mean, that's a little different. I don't think kitchen towels are needed for the building process per se. I could be wrong, I guess. It's okay, period. It was actually very funny in hindsight. My wife's apologizing. I'm really sorry for disrupting your trade earlier. I had no idea what you were in. I was just chiming in about the timeout since that's what I heard you talking about. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. You know you got to keep her when you get texts like that and when she's probably on her way right now to Goodwill. Listen, fellas, listen. If you are single, I'm about to drop some knowledge on you right now. In fact, give me a 5 if you're a single dude. 5 in the chat if you're a single dude. About to drop a gold mine on you. And I'm not even kidding. About to drop a gold mine on you. Give me a 5 if you are a single dude in the chat. I'm going to tell you where to pick up women right now. I'm going to tell you right now where to find yourself a good woman. Any thrift store, go to it. Goodwill, whatever. Just Google right now, thrift stores. Go there and pick up a woman. That's a good woman right there. She's a keeper. And I'm not even kidding. That would be it. Pick up your women at a thrift store. If you're a single dude, stay that way. Dang, Slow Morrow. If you are married, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for your wife that you feel that way about her. Dang. Heck no. I'm not kidding. Like, I'll take a thrift shopper, somebody that's happy with something that's been used before. No, I demand Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take. That's just me, though. That's just me. Ace, that is definitely very random. I appreciate you alerting that as a random fact, because that is you did not lie. That is very random relative to the topic of discussion right now. Not going to take trades. Well, I mean, I literally had an order down here that I was waiting to take. So I'm trying to be patient. But I could not think of church too. Thrift stores or church. But I think at a thrift store, you really see into a woman's soul. Like you see into where she puts her priorities, how she views the world, where her ego is at, etc., etc., etc. I think there is nothing. I think a thrift store reveals a lot. And I know I kid a lot. I know this is actually a serious. That's my serious dating advice right there. Correct. Somebody willing to shop at a secondhand store reveals a lot about that person and their character and where they place their value and where they place their priorities. Correct. No sugar mamas at the thrift store. Dude, I had a sugar mama for 1 year. It was great. I mean, yeah, I cannot deny so my senior year of college is when I got married because my wife had a 2-year degree. So like she worked that first year of marriage as I finished up my degree. Dude, the sugar mama lifestyle, that is actually the lifestyle. I mean, I will not deny that. That was nice. But that's a whole nother. Anyways, I won't go down that rabbit trail. All right, maybe along down here. Okay. Let's see again, looking for a fake break, double bottom. So double bottom, fake break. I make your own clothes. That's cool. My wife knows how to sew. No, the sugar. Oh, goodness. After I got my degree, you dented baboon, we were both working for a period of time. So no, I did not abandon. Never mind. Okay, again, looking to get long at the green line. Fake breakdown, double bottom. Fake break, double bottom. Double bottom, fake break. I'm just looking for it to break slightly below this double bottom point and then stop faking right there and then bounce. But if it does not stop faking and keeps breaking down, it will be a losing trade. My fiance just made me a pair of patch pants. That's a keeper. Now, if it just flat out double bottoms, then I will be wrong because, right, my theory is it does not double bottom. It fake breaks first. But if this is just going to flat out double bottom, well, then I'm going to miss the trade. And as of right now, it's like a classic double bottom. Like it bounced right off that area. So to anybody that was like, Clay, because I'm an independent thinker, I think I'm just going to play the double bottom straight up. Well done. The power of independent thinking. See, now I don't like buying because think about it. If I'm able to buy, what has happened to this green candle? It has disappeared. I don't really necessarily like to buy when these candles that look, again, look at it. Nice and green right now. Nice hammer. But if I'm able to buy down here, that means that this whole hammer has disappeared and turned into a red candle. All right, give me a 1. Who was an independent thinker and was like, Clay, I agree that area is a good buy. But because I'm an independent thinker, Clay, I'm just going to play the double bottom straight up. Give me a 1. Did anybody just play it straight up? Brad, nice. A market doing this during war. Chris, acro, travel. Oh, wait, you just said buy. Ty, doggone it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I got out and made like 15 bucks or something. I would wait. Sellers are strong at the moment. Well, so what would your trade plan be, Nepal? So, like, when would you stop waiting? So, if you give us an entry point, then that'll help us see when you would stop waiting. Or I don't know. If you think sellers are strong, are you short right now? Maybe. If you think that sellers are strong, does that mean you're short right now? Ooh, oil. I didn't even see that. Oil is having... VWAP looks juicy for a long entry. I don't know anymore. Because now this is what you'd have to think through. Or at least this is what I'm thinking through. So we have like a miniature bear flag. So now the question becomes, do I want to be getting long at basically the start of a bear flag breakdown? Now you could say, but Clay, it might be a fake breakdown of the bear flag. That is true. But it also does require you to be buying at the start of a bear flag breakdown. So I don't know. That's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. Is I don't know if I'm really interested in that right now. See the smooch on the 5-minute. Smooch off of what? Off the 50 period? Oh, I didn't even see that. The 50 and 200 are right on top. Oh, man. Okay. I wonder if it's going to be a boy or girl. Good grief. Brian got it. Let's go. Oh boy. I might try a short here. Not might, I will. Like I said, I think this little miniature bear flag, even if it comes down here and bounces, I don't care because I'll have plenty of wiggle room at that point. So looking for a short right there, trying to play the trend here, seeing if it wants to come back down. I am in short. Come on down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, you dirty rat. See if it wants to come back down. Come on, brother. Now let's let loose. Now let's let loose. Dude. Come on. All right, I got to hop out. I gave you plenty of time, you dirtbag. You going to come down or not, you dirt... Oh, I totally... Yeah, that 5 minute. That was a really bad trade, actually. That was such a bad trade. Literally, Philly was like, hey, look at the 5 minute. You have the 50 period and the 200 period, like, right on top of each other. So what did I do? I got short. Like, that was bad. Holy smokes, that was bad. So that's one of those trades where, like, you cannot use the logic. It was a green trade, therefore it was good. No, that was a green trade that was really stupid and didn't make a whole lot of sense. Because we are at a very, again, there's no guarantees, but hopefully nobody would be shocked if this thing were to go up from here. Again, based on that 5 minute. So that was a bad trade. How does the mind, like, how does that even happen? Philly literally just told me about that. And then I got into a trade from a stupid decision standpoint like a minute later. I don't know. That's crazy. The human mind, or at least my human mind, is bonkers. Hey, Kit. Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman? No. Why not? Oh. I don't know. Is it snowing? I don't have any windows in here. It's not? Okay. Yeah? Probably not.
Daddy,
Yeah?
Daddy,
Oh, really?
it's not that. Daddy, mommy, much.
Yeah, mommy's gone right now.
It's heavy. It's mommy and my much. You know
Yeah.
when you strike, you run to the park,
Mm-hmm.
and you think you're heading and playing baseball.
Uh-huh.
You know I'm still there.
Well, I know, but you're kind of far away from the field, though.
Well, I can only run there. When
Yeah, I know. You need it. We're gonna stick together. Hey, can you turn that light off, please, buddy?
No,
Yeah.
If no one's in the first field, we could always go
Daddy.
there.
That's true. All right, everybody out, please. Okay, see you later, buddy.
I do it.
Oh, okay. You need a. Okay, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
This way.
Okay. See ya, buddy. All right, we're at the 21 EMA. Could be a short. Oh, wow. Okay, didn't even care. Didn't even care. Okay, that's kind of sketchy. 79. All right, I'm going to try a short right there. So there it was. Like, as I mentioned earlier, that what a stupid short that was right there. Now, this one makes a little bit more sense up here, though. Did you ever give us an entry point, Nepal? going to go up there now for the short. It just dawned on me that was like, this is like the double bottom of double bottoms. Doesn't, see, hindsight can make you look so stupid. But at that time, I don't know, was that going to be a double bottom or is it going to be maybe a fake? And it was just like the epitome of a double bottom. So again, congrats to any of you that took that. And I'm going up to the 50 period. There we go. Oh, wait. No. This is what I need to do. Pivot point, and then I can hide my stop right behind these. So there we go. All right, I'm going to hide it behind that little guy. See that little guy? See him? I'm like Bob Ross right now. Let me get behind that little guy. There we go. Let me hide behind him. And then let me come up a little bit more. There we go. Now I have a nice little happy 8-point stop. So I suppose I am now, I'm thinking out loud, but yeah, I am now on, my thesis is this: we are in a sideways range. This right here is the range. Because if the price does come back down here, I will be interested in a long, but I'm also not interested until a short up at here. So by that, given that that's where I'm putting my entry point, well, then that's where I clearly believe the top of the range is, right? Because obviously I'm going to look to short at the top of the range. So again, that's the power of numbers. If I were to just say short of the top of the range, you'd be totally valid to say, yeah, but like, how are you defining top of the range? Well, there you go. That's my definition of top of the range. 516 and a quarter. Keldog, please stop yelling at us all with all your all caps. You're hurting my feelings. Happy Tree Day? Happy Tree? Happy Trees. Oh, happy, I get it. The Bob Ross. Gotcha. Good. I'm glad at least one person got me. Can anyone assist me in learning trading? I have a website, claytrader.com. Claytrader.com. You're all right, Keldog. I have sensitive ears. If I can get a pullback to my, all right, sounds good, random hero. No, I'm a loser. I'm not sure what, I'm not, Maggie, maybe you're talking, yeah, that one lost me, Maggie. Yeah, you missed so many things I can't even describe it. Big man Rory, so many things. Learn by doing a lot of dumb things until you no longer want. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, okay. So just so you know, Maggie, if you don't mind, and this goes to everybody, if you are replying to somebody, if you were to tag them, then that helps me out, because I assume that if I don't see another name, then you're talking to me. So like, it's not do or die, but just, this is the engineer in me coming out, like seeking maximum efficiency. So for maximum efficiency, if you are talking to somebody else, if you could tag them, that helps me out quite a bit. Yeah, this is the same account. So this is all the same account, and these are just different contracts I've traded on this account. So those are my NQ trades, and these are my MNQ trades. I kinda, and I don't think there's nothing wrong if I were to get short here and put my stop up there. I mean, that does make sense, but see, this is why, well, just trade the range. Well, what range? Are you supposed to trade this range? Because I can see that being a range. Or are you supposed to trade this range, right? That's why, I mean, you know you're a newbie if you're like, just trade the range. Because with experience, you know that, like, okay, well, I mean, ranges are in the eye of the beholder, brother. Have a nice day, trading day, Clay. How about I'd rather make $100 then almost make 500. Ooh, that's an interesting thought experiment. All right, I'm gonna hold steady here. I'm gonna wait for it because again, my thesis right now is that this is the side, this is the range. So I'm just trying to trade the range. So let's see if we can get up to the top of this range. Long. All right, good job, Keldog. I appreciate that. Is it building out a bull pennant? It is. I just don't know how much trust I really have in this bull pennant. I mean, I would consider this a bull pennant. But again, these are hard because if this is just a choppy range, then I mean, that's where these patterns here can get you cut, you know, just chopped up. So yeah, I'm not going to make any trade based on that pennant. Some of you maybe want to, and hey, more power to you. But I'm not going to be joining you. I got my thesis. We're in a range. I believe that to be the top of the range where that red line is, and I got myself a nice little risk profile. I'll take a swing and risk 8 points. And if it doesn't work, well, then it doesn't work. Hey, if you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. We're going for 300 likes today, if not more. So if you are enjoying in any way, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it does make a big difference. So I appreciate it. I liked you, Clay. Oh, you don't like me anymore? Dang, sorry. I really don't think we have range. Yeah, well, if we don't, then I'm about to have a losing trade up here. But I don't think I'm too crazy for thinking this could now be some sort of range forming. But yes, I could be wrong. And that is exactly why that green line is right there. That is the I could be wrong line, otherwise known as a stop loss. This can be a reversal. Again, this very well could be something very bullish. This very well could be something that is going to send this up. That is exactly why that green line is there. Agreed. I agree. It could. We could be on the precipice of a short squeeze of short squeezes. I agree, we could be. That is why I have a stop loss right there. You got to be very careful with the could game. Because if you play the could game too much, you'll never take a trade. You may never leave your bed. Because if you step out of bed, you could slip on a Matchbox car and crack your head open. But then again, if you lay in bed, you could develop blood clots and die. So like, you know, the could game, I'm not saying is totally worthless, but like, the could game is also kind of dangerous. You're right, I'm going back to bed. Yeah, I don't know, Ty, but you could slip and fall on your way back to bed and crack your head open. You better stay right where you're at. All right, I'm just going to shoot straight. Since when do I not? I think I might have a zit right here. Ow, what is that? I don't know. I don't think something's right there. Suck it up, boy. It's only a flesh wound. The could game here can happen if oil snaps back down. I'm up 173, but I need more. Okay, well, go get more. Dude, what is that? This feels like one of these things where it's like, please, I hope I don't wait for the next like 2 hours. And then I'm like, good job, Clay, in the patience department. And then this trade lasts for like 3 seconds because it goes up there, fills me, and then stops me out. I ain't got time to bleed. Predator. Dude, Tradovate is such trash. On Trading View, it is based and moved up on the had it below it. It's never the same data. Frustrating. Okay, well, sounds like the solution for you, Nick, is Trading View it is. I like Tradovate, though. 34 up for the day so far. Hey, good job, expat. Congrats. Ooh. Okay, okay, I better get out this one too. Buy. I'll hide a little bit below the VWAP. So there we go. All right. So there's me. I'm trying to either play the top of the range with the short or the bottom of the range with the long. Dude, what's up, Jay? Man Tools has not ever been back. It's sad. Yeah, I don't know. We never banned him. I don't even remember what happened. I think he was at like a James or a Mary. Been going pretty good. Pretty good. All right, I think I might try to take this short, mainly based on the 5 minute. We have a couple of upper shadows, and I can structure a very nice risk profile here. So I am going to try that short, and I can put my stop right here. Good. In. Come on, momentum. Keep coming down. I mean, look at the 5 minute. If this thing doesn't look like it might want to at least pull back a little bit more, then I don't know what does. But, uh-oh. Uh-oh. But let's see. Come on, 21 EMA. Smack it back down. That's what that green line is right there. That is the 21 EMA. Come on. Yeah, I still have my order down here to get long, but to be fair, I am diddling in the middle, though. So I have identified this range, and I am now diddling in the middle. Come on. Come down. Push. Come on. Got my hopes up for a second. Then it went green. $21 EMA so far, still doing its job. Will it continue to do its job and keep the price below it? Time will tell. I almost want to add if it comes back down now. That'd be looking that much juicier, but I also don't want to out-fancy my... All right, I'm about to get stopped out anyways. All right, stopped out. All right, that one... Oh, okay. And then I just delete everything out. All right, that one didn't quite work. That's all right. We're still in the game. Maybe try a short up here. Kind of like almost like a triple top. We have that as kind of one of the highs. That is one of the highs. Oh yeah, yeah. Ricky, there's some guys. I mean, you can tell who's all in whatever crypto. Like the all in guys are. You can always tell. Gator opening that mouth again. Is that a pattern? The gator mouth or something? That was not a winning trade. No, I got stopped out for a loss. Yeah, I think I'll wait for up there. Feels more like a long. All right, well then give us a long-sided trade plan. How would you take this feeling and turn it into a practical trade plan? Dark connection. So where would you get long, brother? And then where would you put your stop? I put all your money in Poo Coin. Well, that was probably one of your better decisions. Not yet. Okay, well, as soon as you find out where your entry is going to be, let us know, please, in real time. And then also let us know your stop loss. Well, right now, that purple line, again, 50% moving average, it's doing its job. It is not letting the price up through. It is, Clay. It's when the moving averages to start spread and moving in a direction. Gotcha. What is that? I should probably just go look in the mirror real quick. It's the mystery is killing me. All right, are we about to get a rejection here at the 50 period? There she goes. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Okay. Going back to the... Okay, there's my next trade. Looking to get short at the red line. Stop is at the green. Last time the price was up here, it got rejected back down. Will it happen again? I don't know. But that's the current plan. Let's see how it plays out. Hi, if you got one setup, only one for live to trade, which one will you go? The one that's given me a very attractive risk versus reward scenario. All right, we might be in play here. Hopefully this is indeed a range, and I'm just going to beautifully nail the top of this range, and it'll roll back over, and was a good long. I know, man. Too bad you didn't take it. Dang. There was your trade to the top of the range. I don't remember mapping out. No, my only interested long trade was here, and it never came down there. So no, I had no, unless you're talking to somebody else. What platform? What I'm using is 2 layers. Layer number 1, I'm in a prop firm. That prop firm here, or that prop firm is Take Profit Trader. So step 1 would be select an account, and then use code Clay, get your 40% off, and then after that they'll ask you what platform, and what I'm using is Tradeovate. So like I said, 2 layers. Layer number 1, I'm in a prop firm. That prop firm is Take Profit Trader. Through that prop firm, I am using Tradeovate. You have a hair follicle that's hitting a nerve. Actually, I think I got it. Yeah, I did. That makes sense. When I pulled it out, there's like a little bit of a So that actually makes sense. Bottom of this is a 50% retracement on 1 hour. Target might be top of, okay. I think though, on the 2.5 hour chart, I think this is a 37% retracement though. If you use the Bangladesh high and then the Tokyo low as your 2 points. But we also do want to keep in mind the Nigerian VWAP, because the Nigerian VWAP can get a little bit sketchy. I'm just kidding, by the way. I will be tuned in at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. what? 8 p.m. Eastern? Oh, is it the Sri Lankan? What religion are you missing? Well, if you can tell me the relevance of that, I'd be very curious. Like, I'm all for talking anything economics, money, of course, trading, investing. And I'm not saying there's not a connection, but I'm very curious. How is my quote unquote religion, how is that relevant to the topic at hand? Oh, sorry about that, Raspberry. That's on me. The relevance is your extreme curiosity. Gotcha. So, in other words, zero relevance. Oh, yeah. 8 p.m. Eastern. Good. Yes. I'll see you there then. All right. I'm looking to get short at the red line, so maybe we're going to try to make a recovery up to here. Like I said, looking to get short at the red line. Stop is the green line. I don't know. Should I be right here for the short? Right at the pivot point? I don't know. I got to just stick with it. Took a quick long, 60 points. I'm sure you did, Dark Connection. I'm sure you did. We all fully believe you, Dark Connection. There is zero doubt in any one of our minds, Dark Connection, that you did exactly that. We fully trust you, brother. Good job. You are welcome, sir. I also just made a quick 85-point trade. I also just did. It was quick. 85 points. Bias is the upside. I'd buy the pullback instead. Okay, so where would you buy then? I know you said you'd buy a pullback, but like where do you think the pullback is done pulling back? So can you give us a number? Because that would help us answer that question. How do you get the pivot points? How do I get the pivot points? Let's see. Here, price levels. Nope, that's not it. Indicators. Indicators, channels, pivots, right there. How do I can never remember how to get rid of this window. See, okay. Oh, there, maybe that? No. Hot. Okay, there, I guess you just click it again. No. Oh my God. How do I get rid of this stupid window? What do I have to click on? I don't remember it being this hard. There we go. Okay, that just disappeared. Nine SMA if you want to chase. Double down if it goes down. Okay, so you're just gonna average down and then start to cross your fingers. Oh, you didn't see my 80. Well, it's okay if you didn't see that one, Dark Connections. I did just take another quick 50-point scalp. Did you see that one, Dark Connections? You got a 2 Deadeye Dave? That a boy. $50 points or 50? Oh no, 50 points. All right. I don't know. I might have to try this long here. Pull back. A lot of good stuff going on right here. I'm gonna try it. Gonna try the long. Assuming I can get filled. Are you... Oh my... You gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, never mind. How did I not get... Okay, all right. What is the best time to trade the Nasdaq? That will be strategy dependent. That's going to be different for everybody. Yeah, I think there was some glitch or something with the likes. They did shoot up, but now they're dropping down. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that. What is a platform? I'm in a prop firm. That prop firm is Take Profit Trader. Through the prop firm, I'm using Tradeovate. I don't know. I've not thought that far to the weekend yet. Hopefully some mushroom hunting. Dang, that's annoying. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, just at the market, but oh well. Again, Nick, that is quite literally an impossible question for you to answer. To tell somebody when the best time to trade is, that would presuppose that you fully understand their strategy, their goals, their personal risk tolerance, to which you definitely don't. So to the person that asked, it could be the first 2 hours, but that could also be a complete train wreck for yourself because we don't know your strategy, we don't know your personal risk tolerance, we don't know what you're doing. So I appreciate you trying to help out, Nick C, but like you're actually not, because you are bringing on the presupposition that you understand everything about that person, which I'm assuming you don't. But I do appreciate you trying to help out. It's my birthday. Everything was going well till I went on tilt. Oh, that's not a fun birthday. Happy birthday though. Dang. Oh. That just did some people dirty there. Wow. Beautiful little candle there at this location. And then this. That definitely got in. Okay. And now undisciplined people are starting to get. The futures market opens every day at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then it closes the following day at 5 p.m. Eastern. So the futures market is closed for 1 hour. Hey, Matt, man. I want to say borderline. What's oil doing? Is oil spiking up right now? Not really. I don't know. This has me thinking, is there some sort of news that hit the wires? I don't think it'll be anything too big because this was technically only like a 35-point move. Like the one guy that was saying to buy the pullback. Like, that's what I mean is, well, what do you mean pullback? Hopefully that person had a stop loss because buying the pullback, I'm thinking just might have got that person crushed. Oh, Trump's about to speak? No, that wouldn't be it. That wouldn't be Bloomberg. Something that was tweeted an hour ago is not just showing up in the chart right now. If anything, I mean, the first thing, before you even see anything on Twitter, it's showing up in the chart. Can I trade after day 3 p.m.? Well, I don't, what time zone are you in? No, Stanbred. In the pro account, your buffer is only whatever your drawdown is. So with Take Profit Trader, your buffer is $2,000 on a 50K account. Hey, George. End of the world. The White House moved to give U.S. Like I said, I understand this looks like craziness. And you know, a couple weeks ago, this sort of movement would be worth like what? Probably 150 points. But today it's, you know, it is only like 40 points, which is still a lot. But that just really illustrates how we are kind of in slower times right now. Win rate percent is one of the, I'm not going to say it's a worthless statistic, but it's pretty worthless. You can have a 90% win rate, 95% win rate, and not be profitable. So yeah, I don't track my win rate. I don't care about my win rate because the win rate can be one of the more deceiving things out there. Do I have any opinions on the London session? Yeah, if you live in America and you're not on like a third shift job or something like that, and you're trading the London session, I personally believe you have an unhealthy relationship with futures. Because if you're in America, like I said, and you're not working a third-time job or something, I mean, you're literally trading in the middle of the night. So that is my thought on the London session from an American standpoint. Matt, man, I've heard a lot of good things about Lucid, Tradeify. Code Clay, if you want to support the stream, I have codes with both. See, that's why just trade the range is not easy. Because I was thinking maybe down around here, but right off of the pink line there, which, by the way, is the 200 SMA. Not the EMA, the SMA, old school. Okay, Versace is going in timeout. It just, 24 hours, I can't, yeah, I just can't do it. Again, for those of you chiming in with prop firms, just please, I appreciate it, but just stop. Because I can already tell you guys aren't doing it the right way because you're not parsing anything out. Well, is this person a beginner or an experienced trader? Mattman is an experienced trader. That is why I knew to answer it in a certain way. But when you guys just start chiming in and proclaiming who is best, you've got to parse that out. Well, who is best for what? Somebody brand new to the futures market or brand new, to the prop firm world, or somebody experienced? So that is why Versace was just thrown in timeout because she, he, whatever, I don't even know. Claims to be a woman, I have no idea. But, yeah. Again, if you are a beginner to the prop firm space, take Profit Trader because they're a very clean set of rules, very easy to understand. If you are an experienced person like Mattman is, yeah, there are a lot of other good choices out there too. But that is a matter of where you at in your journey. Mattman is by no means a beginner to prop firm trading. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. Okay, so maybe there's some sort of announcement right now. It is 2 o'clock. Oil is dumping. Oil is coming down. Oil right at the 21. Okay, I'll just bring it over real quick. Oil right here at the 21 EMA. Oh, which has been, look at, it's really respected this. Is it going to, I should probably be buying here. I don't know. Oil can be so sketchy though. But right now, look at that. 21 EMA is held. Right now, it's holding once again. Oh, Trump is talking. Yeah, well, Reptile. First off, I'm not sure I would consider 6 months a beginner to the prop firm space. But yeah, I mean, Take Profit Trader also has, there's no monthly fees. Well, I guess there is in the test phase, but you have 30 days to pass, which is plenty of time. No, you're fine, Matt, man. You're fine. It's just, and I know people mean well. People do mean well, but people, just because somebody means well doesn't mean they're actually thinking through and helping the person out in the best way possible. There is a reason why you may have come across people that think prop firms are a scam. Because that person was a beginner. Somebody probably told them about, oh, go there, it's dirt cheap. And then they get it, and then there's a million rules they have to deal with, which are overwhelming to a beginner. And then they walk away thinking, well, that was a scam. That is why it is a very important point of distinction. Well, are you a beginner to the prop firm space or not? Yeah, if you are like, I want a home run or die, yeah, then, okay, a trailing, but I would submit that's not even a good strategy anyways. Not to mention, the intraday trailing drawdown stops anyway, so if you want to go back to your home run or die type thing, you can. But I think a lot of people underestimate the power of base hits, which intraday drawdown, that's how you beat the intraday drawdown. Just take base hits. And I think that's actually a good thing because I think it opens people's eyes to the power of actually just taking base hits. But I do understand. Social media leads you to believe it's got to be grand slam or die. Okay, you can always tell who the degenerates are. Wait, what? I can't swing for the fences? But how am I supposed to put that 150-point trade on Twitter? Take Profit Trader. The per month fee is only during the test phase. That's why I say pass within 1 month, or aim to pass within 1 month. Do not take 5 months to pass your test. You don't have to rush, but 30 days, if you've ever traded futures, you know how futures move, and you know 30 days is plenty of time. I mean, he, can catch a break, but like, I don't even know why I haven't banned him. I mean, like, all seriousness aside, I literally don't even know if it's a dude or a woman. Claims to be a woman, but I have no idea. Why they're not banned, I don't know. But like, it's constant trolling. Okay, see, okay. These are important lessons. Keldog. That is terrible logic. If you suck, and then they named a lower price prop firm. But maybe you suck because of the rules of that prop firm. It goes back to this. Hey, everybody, we're going to start our own prop firm. We're going to call it the Baboon Den. We're going to offer $5 accounts. And we're going to give people $500,000 purchasing power for $5 accounts. But you know what? We're going to have all kinds of rules. We're going to have lots of rules. This is why I say don't shop for prop firms based on price. Shop for prop firms based on rules. Okay, Kel Dog is going, okay, just not, they are not here to listen. And they're back to all caps again, yelling. So I don't know what, but we'll give them 30 minutes. Once more, we should all start a prop firm. We're going to charge $5 per account, $500,000 purchasing power. But don't worry, we're never going to have to pay anybody because there's going to be a bunch of rules. If you're terrible, use XYZ prop firm because they have low fees. Well, these people don't think, well, maybe the reason why you're terrible and you can't pass anything and you can't make any progress is because of the rules and there's too many of them and you're getting overwhelmed by them. Is that possible? But no, some people, again, and I can understand. I will clip that coupon. I love me a good coupon. I love me a good deal. But it's a question of how are we defining a good deal? Is a good deal in the prop firm space simply the price? No, I argue a truly good deal are the rules within. Yeah, it's just, like I said, it makes sense to me why prop firms can make so much money. Because, I mean, seriously, if we wanted to make and maybe you should do this. I don't feel like going through the hassle, but you should seriously start a prop firm. You should offer $5 accounts, give people $500,000 purchasing power. You would sell so many accounts because people don't know how to think past anything, and they would just see the $5. And you would make a ton of money because you never have to pay anybody out because behind the $5, you're going to have a bunch of rules. But that Kel Dog person, I mean, some people listen to truly hear what the other person's saying. And I can tell when that's not the case because they keep saying stuff that like, I'm like, well, no, I mean, you're actually proving my point, but like, you're not listening. Okay, here we go. Down to the VWAP, maybe. Hello. Hey, from Detroit. I think you've been here before. Okay, oh wow. This is getting pretty violent here. Oh wait, and Trump's talking. Yeah, thank you. Never mind. I don't need to be stepping into this nonsense while Trump is talking. Trump just said he would extend the ceasefire if he has to. Well, apparently the markets don't like that for one reason or another. It was almost 24 hours ago at this point where I got a little overly excited, chased the trade a bit, and then, like I said, I didn't give back my entire day, but I took a slap across the face. Trump don't talk till like, well, I don't know. Philly is a good source. So if Philly says that Trump is talking, I tend to believe that because Philly's always been a good source of information. Hopefully Philly just didn't tarnish that reputation though. Where does big money get its? I don't know. But big money has a lot of money. I'm sure they can get sources that's you and I cannot get. Trump is talking. Okay. Trump is talking. Okay, so for those of you that are saying he's not, I don't even know if anybody said he wasn't talking. Yeah, so that's why, I mean, like I said, right now, hey, faith prevails. I want you to be honest right now. Are you verace? Are you verace? Because you are all of a sudden speaking very similar to them. And you just happen to show up out of nowhere defending. Be honest. In fact, if you're not, I'm almost so confident that if you're not honest here, I'm just going to ban Versace for the final time. Although you'll probably... Trump, I believe we have a fairly successful negotiation underway. I would expect... Okay. Okay, can somebody please tell the people asking where Trump is talking? Can you please tell them where you're seeing this at, please? If you don't mind. Okay, okay. They don't mean where he's talking like, oh, he's in front of the White House. That like where like what is the news source? Where can they watch him talk? That's what they're asking. Where's Trump talking? Oh, he's on the 7th step. He's on the 7th step on the leadway to the West Wing. Oh. Oh. Where is Trump speaking? Yeah, he's talking from America. Where's Trump talking at? Oh, he's on from the White House. Well, no, that's not real. Thank you. I don't. Your trades are entertaining even for non-traders. Thank you. Oh, he's outside. Yeah, he's talking in front of a mic. Oh, I love the chat. I do. I love the chat, but sometimes it's just like, this can't be real life. That's when, yeah. Standing, yeah. Sometimes I wonder if this is just like, if I'm just dreaming right now. That's true. People have been just staring. What? I mean, yeah. Hasn't really been going up and down right now. We got a nice little bleed, but. How is it possible? Thoughts on SPX calls? Are you day trading SPX calls? You're watching and dreaming one flew. Yeah, sometimes I. Okay, well, day trading options in general makes no mathematical sense. It is very inefficient to day trade options. So back to your question about SPX calls, my thought is stop immediately. Stop trading SPX calls. That makes no sense. Mathematically speaking, there are way more efficient ways to day trade than to day trade options. What I think is you should day trade futures through a prop firm. And the main reason futures are better than, I mean, there's many reasons, but I would say that the no-brainer reason is there is no theta. There is zero theta in futures. Futures are contracts, but there is no theta with these contracts. I mean, I love the chat. I do. But you can't make this stuff up. Where is Trump speaking? The White House lawn. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. So how we date, and what do you mean how we date? You mean how do you trade? No, it's not. It's not even on the lawn or outside. How to trade MQ? Well, you would need a futures broker. If you go to that link that's across the top, that is the prop firm that I use. So that would be, to answer your question, how you could begin to trade them, which is smart because you want to do it through a prop firm because futures move and they're no joke. So the prop firm is what allows for essentially built-in risk management. All right, have a good one, Jack. Take care. Loves take profit. Yeah, take profit trader. That's who I use and recommend. It tagged that VWeb. It did, yeah. Nice little back test off it. But things are so sketchy when Trump's speaking, so I don't know. I'm thinking maybe try to long down here. I mean, just because I can get such a tight stop. If I get long somewhere down around here and then just throw my stop below there. I mean, such a small, tight little stop. And if you actually get the bounce, then yeah, you're looking at a very nice RVR. I have a buy order set at 392. Okay? And where's your stop set at, David? So yeah, David is essentially looking to play a bounce off the lows. Where's your stop at though, brother? 10-point stop. Gotcha. Do you always do a 10-point stop? I am pretty sure that Trump is not speaking right now. Well, then I'm going to have to go ahead and encourage you to set down the paint can. Or if you insist on holding the paint can, stop doing this. Is prop firms available in EU? What country are you in? Okay, yeah. I struggle to see how always using a 10-point stop makes sense. Because on some days, like a 10-point stop could be triggered just like that. Other days, a 10-point stop almost seems like it'd be the most unrealistic thing. I thought that was already proved. Did we not prove that he's speaking right now? Didn't people say Fox or something? I don't know, though. I'm actually scrolling back. I thought it was proved, but Philly, I'm telling you right. Okay, yeah, live on Fox. Fox News. News Nation. Trump is on Fox News. So I guess if you want proof, go to Fox News then. Do you say live for Power Hour? No. I start usually right around 11 a.m. and I go for about 4 hours, give or take. Well, okay, now investing for a living, you're starting to come across as borderline trollish. Like, why don't you asked for proof. People gave you proof, so why don't you go check? Instead of just asking them more questions. They gave you for what they asked, so go check. And then you can see if it's pre-recorded or not. No, I do not trade the age. Listen, I have 6 kids. When I'm done trading, I'm done. Like, I don't sit in front of my computer at all hours. So no, I do not trade the Asian session. Now, after the kids are in bed, if there's like big old news or something, yeah, I'll take a glance at it. But like for any intensive purposes, am I trading the Asian session? No, absolutely not. As hard as it is to believe, I actually have a life outside of this. I know. Shocking. I know. A woman was willing to have 6 kids with me. I know. Shocking. But I do have a life outside of this. Better time. Why? Why, K-Dogger? Why do you think kids are bad? K-Dogger, what kind of savage are you? Unbelievable. Crazy. Man, if you have kids, I hope you don't let them know that. That's kind of savage. Kids are great. The more the merrier. Super stupid question, but do you have 2 accounts? And if you do... that's not a stupid question at all. I have copy traded, but no, I don't copy trade a lot. What does base 6 mean? I think you mean base hits. Base hits just means going for modest gains. Like instead of going for like, all right, I want to make at least 100 points so I can brag about it on Twitter. Instead of doing that, just take what the market gives. Do some scalps. Just base hits, basic trades. Kids are the best. Yeah, exactly. Drives me nuts when people like say things that imply like, oh man, you better stop doing that. Well, why would I stop doing something if I think that something is good? Like, dang. My older brother just had a kid and it's giving me FOMO, but I'm not ready yet. Yeah, fair enough. Good question though. Yeah, that is fair because I understand if you're new, you're like, wait, what's a base hit? I thought we're talking trading here, not baseball. Thoughts on an iPad? My kids are soft. We have screens, but they're only for school. But yeah, outside of school and outside of movie night, go outside, kids. Yeah, I think we have. Let me put it this way. This is my working theory, but I think if your kids like know how to talk to somebody, let alone an adult, not like perfectly, but like in person, I think your kid is going to be so far ahead of society. I swear these screens are turning people into absolute zombies, and I experience it here not on a daily basis. But like some of these conversations I've had in the live stream, I'm convinced like this is the effects of growing up on a screen. Like I get like even right now, some people would probably think I'm yelling right now. I'm not. This is how I talk. But like if you grow up on a screen and you've never been in a situation like playing a sport or anything where like I don't know. Well, go then, Josh. Go do something with them out there. Show them how to play outside. As goofy as that sounds, show them how to play outside. Show them how you did it. What's over there? Huh? I see bad guys. Get down. Let's go. Come on, they're chasing us. Oh, man, the kid's face will light up right away. You got to show them how to use your imagination. Oh, dang, what was that? We got mortars flying. Watch over there. There's a tripwire. That's how you do it. Just teach them how to play outside. Use their imaginations. Whoa! Hey! Whoa! Whoa! I see them! Come on, Dev Josh! Teach your kids how to play outside. It ain't hard. This is hard. Getting those is hard. But using your imagination's not hard. See? Glock, Texas. That's pathetic. I use my imagination, and he apparently thinks I need meds for using imagination. Oh my goodness. Crazy. That's how bad the world is. Somebody uses their imagination, and they're like, get that guy meds. He's using his imagination. Get that guy meds. What a sad world we live in. Crazy. This is the world's logic. If imagination is being used, that person needs meds. Wild. 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 That kid's using his imagination. Let's pump him full of pills. Crazy. 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 But no, in all seriousness, Josh, like, if you send your kids outside and they just sit on the porch, I don't know, man. Go do it pretend you're a kid again like I just did. Yes, I realize I did it on the internet in front of hundreds of people, but that's okay. That's okay. It was worth it. If I can help you become a better dad and I have to embarrass myself, then it was a good investment. When my kids were young, I would trick them into going outside and then I would lock them out there. Yeah, no, that's what my wife's. So my wife comes from a family of, 6 kids. But yeah, she's like, no, I get it. Like, as a mom of 6 kids right now, I understand why my mom, even if it was cold, would bundle us up, throw us out there and be like, you're out there for at least an hour. Don't even try to come back in. I skated when I was a kid. Well, I mean, surely, Josh, you also use your imagination as a kid. Like what I just acted out there, I mean, come on. Having kids is the best excuse to keep. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Raspberry. The best way to teach your kids to play outside is to play outside with them. Yeah, show them how to do it. As goofy as that sounds, in this day and age with screens, like, good for you, Josh, by the way. I appreciate you acknowledging, oh, crap, these screens seem to kind of messing things up. Like, I applaud that. You have nothing but my respect. Good job for recognizing a problem. But yeah, so for you, you're going to have to teach them how to play outside. That's okay. Any trade setups on the horizon? Yeah, 32. 32 on the horizon. Yeah, didn't know how good we had it. Why is it dumping? Because there are more sellers than buyers. That is the boring but factual answer. Why is it dumping? Because there are more sellers than buyers right now. Now, I do understand you're asking, well, yeah, but why are there more sellers than buyers? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, brother. Pepon, I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Those sorts of questions I don't really like to ask because I'd hate to give you a wrong answer. But like those ones require a little bit more brain power, especially when I'm going on 4 hours in. Plus I'm trying to maybe trade. What other instruments you trade? Just futures. All I need is futures. Well, yeah, it could be profit taking. But again, profit taking... Are from the long side, obviously. In order to take profit from the long side, you have to sell. So it could be profit taking. It might, but like that's still, yes, right. That could be contributing to there being more sellers. Agreed. Yeah, that's good stuff, Glock. That's good stuff. But by the way, I gave Glock a super hard time. I know he's joking. He's just messing around. Like, I mean, he is a mod, so like, man, he really came down hard on that Glock tech. Yes, I did, but because I know he knows I'm just messing around. And I think he did laugh too, so he got it. Hey, Connor. What's the orange line? The orange line is the previous session close. One of those weird areas. I'm not saying it's a holy grail, but I would make the argument. I think it's at least trying out. Again, previous session close. If you try that out, I think it's worth trying out. Maybe you won't find any sort of value from it, but I think it's worth trying. Well, we had quite the doozy of a stream today. If you do want to help support it, because this is totally viewer supported, maybe someday I'll get some sponsorships and it won't matter if people use code Clay or not. But at this point, it does matter. If you want the stream to continue, then yes, you got to use code Clay, all caps. With any of these prop firms I recommend Take Profit Trader. But if you're with any of these other ones and you're at your experience and maybe you're building an empire, you want to trade multiple accounts across multiple firms, well then here are several ways where that you can help support the stream. And you are killing many birds with one stone. You are helping to save yourself money because Code Clay will give you whatever the current promotions are. And then you're also helping to support a stream that you want to see continue. So it's a good win-win for all involved. So yeah, Code Clay with any of these is how you can best support the stream. I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I'll be back tomorrow at the very latest, 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I show up a little early. So if you do want to go or know when I go live, make sure to not only subscribe, but also turn on notifications on your way out. If you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. It helps out quite a bit. So if you have not yet hit that like button, that would be very, very solid. So again, AMS, I'm going to say this again. You are focused on the wrong things right now. You need to go focus on your job. Because earlier on, I remember you saying, well, geez, $100 is kind of a lot. And that's okay. I'm not trying... But like $100, if $100 is that big of a deal, you have other fish to fry within your personal finances. So AMS, my point that I told you about then, hold strong. Like go focus on ticker symbol JOB or pick up another ticker symbol JOB and bring yourself to the point where you can look at $100 and it doesn't make you sweat, brother. So there we go. Anyways, thank you everybody for being here. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. So code Clay, all caps, hit that like button. See everybody back tomorrow.